Hey, what's up? It's me, back. Episode 68. And, yeah, it was a good one. I enjoyed this one. It was, sorry, I gotta stop playing with this paper. It was good. My good friend Ashley came by. She's one of my favorite people, and we just got to hang out for a couple hours, talk about a bunch of life, things we're doing, things we're working on. It's good times. Always fun. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Listening back is one of the ones might be one of my favorite ones now. Just listening back, I was having a grand old time. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. And it's long, so I won't take much of your time here. So enjoy.
This is your brain. And this
is your brain on Tom.
All right, we're in.
That's so cool.
Here with Ashley. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. We work together. That's for people who don't know who you are, because who the fuck would know who you are?
Right, exactly. Nobody has any idea.
So you're the one of the few people I've ever worked with that I want to actually continue to hang out with,
right.
Which is a rarity. So
very unheard of, uncommon. Yeah.
So how have you been? We've been out of work. Both of us unemployed.
Living that life. Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I'm just like working on myself right now, and basically just trying to get my shit together so I'm ready when I do find a job, hopefully.
That's good. And you said you were on you're on a interview like yesterday?
Yeah, I had an interview yesterday with Cornell.
Oh, yeah, get comfortable because it's going to get really hot in here.
Yeah. I'm going to take my jacket off. Yeah, so it was with Cornell. They're like outreach program, and it's working as a family educator. So I'd be like going into people's houses, like doing family visits, and it depends. Like some of them, the parents haven't even had the child yet, and some of them, the kids are already like 3, ready to go into preschool or something. So basically just going into these houses and making sure that the kids are ready for school, that the parents are ready for the life of a child and have like a learning environment set up for them and everything. So it seems really cool.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. It almost sounds like the case manager thing I was going to do. So I'm curious how it's not that.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is like that, but all the parents, like, everything is voluntary, so.
Okay. I think that the difference probably is court ordered.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably the difference.
So, yeah, it's voluntary, so some of them, they'll be in there for a couple months, like, some of them have been there for years, so it'll be kind of cool to, like, get a close relationship with the family and see how long, you stay with them or whatever, so.
Hey, do you know how long you do that for?
She said, like, when people first start, you go, like, every week, and then it'll be every 2 weeks, every month, every couple months. Basically all depends on what the family needs, I'm assuming, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to go for training down in like Hudson for like 4 days, so I stay down there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then yeah, so it seems pretty cool, and like they do a bunch of other cool stuff too. Like they do like a lot of nature stuff for kids. They do like gardening, like recycling. They're involved with like the museums. They do like a lot of museum exhibits and like
what?
STEM.
Oh, like STEM stuff?
Yeah, STEM. Oh. STEM stuff. Yeah. So yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff, and like they're really into the whole education for kids. So,
well, that's good. Someone's got it.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like, I've worked with adults, and it's just...
Yeah, you worked at a drug rehab facility before this, before the job we worked together.
Right.
Which is taking pictures of children, so...
Yeah, so like one extreme to the other, but now like I've kind of had that perspective of both, and when people are older, their habits are so ingrained, like they're so in their ways. So kids, you can mold them. They haven't,
right.
They haven't.
They don't know what's correct.
They don't know. Yeah, they don't know what's what. So I think it'll be cool to work with younger kids and just kind of introduce them to a healthy educational way of living instead of mindlessly staring at a screen or
that's a lot of it.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna have to deal with that. Majority of the situation is just getting an iPad away from a child.
Yeah, seriously.
Like my cousin just had a baby like a year ago, so he's like sort of kind of like sentient, at least like a baby. But like he realized when last time I was over there, it was just like last Friday, like just gave his kid the phone And he was like, oh, wow, I can just show him videos of other people playing with toys, and he's quiet for hours. This is amazing.
He doesn't even have to play.
He's like, we don't have to do anything. We can just show the child someone playing with the Cars toys.
Oh, my God.
And it's really weird, because then I was like, how many views did it have? It's like 18 million. I'm like, fucking course it does.
Wow. That's crazy. Dude, that's what people do. I see it all the time. Like, you're out at the store or wherever, and people are like, here, take the iPad, just go, get away from me.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know. I mean, we talked the last time we were working, but like I'm on a pretty no kids. I'm surprised you're going back into more kid work.
See, like I love kids. I don't want my own, so like I can give these kids back, and they don't have to come home with me. So I like that part of it. But I mean, I love kids, but I don't want my own. I can't. I have a hard enough time handling myself.
Yeah, I can't do
let
me
alone
at all.
Being.
Yeah, so yeah, I would. It would be cool, but to like see a little you.
Oh,
but,
absolutely, yeah.
But I'm such a mess, financially, emotionally.
I am just
physically.
all over the place.
I mean, yeah, you find out that I haven't done an actual run since 2015.
2015, yeah.
So
hey, that's okay.
Yeah,
you know.
So I just don't do anything, but exist apparently.
Hey, that's better than not existing. So
that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know, there are cool things out there. Things that I enjoy things.
Absolutely. A fun fact that I learned the other day, you don't develop your kneecap until you're like 2 years old.
That's really weird.
Isn't that weird?
What does the kneecap do, though?
The kneecap covers your joint. Your knee joint. Your knee joint is your femur. And
is that why babies can't stand really well?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
And like the patella, which is your knee bone, it actually develops like inside of your tendon. I don't know if that's correct, actually, but it develops inside. You're
studying all sorts of anatomy now. You should know this.
But it develops like inside of something, so it's actually like not really a bone. But it doesn't develop until you're like 2 years old.
Oh, that's so weird. That's crazy. I didn't know you can grow bones. Well, I guess it's not a bone then, technically.
Right.
Is it cartilage then?
Yeah. And like connective tissue.
It's gross.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though.
It's kind of neat.
Like that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And like a baby's head too.
It's super soft, right?
It's super soft. Like you can mold it.
Oh yeah, they used to do that with the Mongols. Used to do that when you gave birth. You would give the child to some monster, and they would just wrap the kid's head up so it looked all deformed and weird.
Yeah.
So that they would scare people.
Maybe that's what happened to the Coneheads. They're just like they got wrapped up.
They're aliens.
Well, maybe they're
you mean the SNL thing?
Too.
The SNL bit?
Oh wait, there was a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're aliens. They sleep on the wall.
They sleep on the wall?
Their bed is on the wall. They sleep like.
Oh my god, I remember. I forgot. I haven't seen that in so long.
I haven't either. That's all I remember is they slept on the wall.
I always thought they were funny. My dad had a shirt tie.
Oh, did he?
Coneheads on it.
That's fun.
It was great.
I remember my dad used to watch or show us every time. What's the fucking one with Garth? Wayne's World. Every time that would come on.
Oh yes.
The skits, and then he was like he would watch the movies a bunch too. And I love boy, Mike Myers is a saint.
Oh my god, yeah.
Not enough people give him credit for this fucking Cat in the Hat movie. I swear to God.
I love that movie.
That movie is so good, and it has no right to be good. It's amazing. I just rewatched it. I'm blown away.
It is phenomenal. My favorite part is when he's sitting in the swing outside, and it's like easy. Like, Sunday more. And he's like swinging. That's my favorite part.
Oh, it's amazing. And he knows like so many times you can see like Mike Myers is like fully aware that what was written is horrible, and it's all going downhill. And then you can just see him just work through it. Apparently, they were like a lot got through that they were like. There's no like he just did a bunch of jokes and they're like, oh, there's no way this will be a PG rating. Like the dirty hoe joke he makes
in the movie.
Yeah, he like jumps over a fence and he hits a hoe and it hits him in the face. He goes dirty hoe and he pushes it away. And then the kids walk away and he pulls it back up and he starts like making out with it and they're like, oh sorry, baby. They're like, there's no way this is gonna get in.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. And I remember watching that little and I was like, I understand what this is.
I also got what it was.
Yeah.
And Paris Hilton's randomly in that movie, which is weird.
Wow.
I just watched the documentary American Meme. It's a terrible name, but it's basically just about influencers and how it's focused around like her primarily because she's the first one. Yeah. Which like I guess makes sense. Right. Like she made a fucking career after just taking fucking what's his name, Dick, the rapper. I want to say Ray. Is that wrong? Is that just me just being racist?
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest.
But like that's crazy. She's like built an empire, and apparently now. She hates it all, and she does the DJing thing. But she has like fans come and hang out at her house and like live there. Oh, because she's like really close with them apparently, and they send her like videos every day, like, Paris, I love you, you're the greatest. It was weird.
Well, Michael Jackson had kids staying at his place, and that was not okay. So.
Yeah, that one didn't go well for him. These people are like all in their seemingly their 20s.
Okay.
But yeah.
Weird.
She like lets them stay. So if you become a big, what they call it, Little Hilton, that's the nickname for you.
Oh,
you
God.
could go and live at her house.
Wait, didn't she get rich because her dad owned all the Hilton?
Apparently it's her grandfather.
Oh,
I always thought it was her dad
grandfather.
too, but in the documentary she was like, I didn't want to be known as the granddaughter of the Hilton Hotel guy.
Oh.
So I guess it was her grandfather. But so she was like, from following that documentary, actually it wasn't the sex tape that took her off. Like she was, because she was like kind of famous and pretty, she just like basically her and her sister just moved to New York and then were socialites. That was their job. People were hiring them to go to parties. And then a photographer took a couple pictures of them. She got that show with Nicole Richie. And then the sex tape came out.
Gotcha.
So then that blew her up into different avenues. And then, yeah.
Interesting. What a life.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. The fucking documentary is so fascinating because you get people like her where it's pretty much worked out, or like the fat Jewish, who I only know because he got in trouble for stealing people's jokes. But he loves it. And then they have some guy named Kirill. And
Oh, I've heard that before.
he's paid to go to parties and get drunk with people.
That's fun.
He's a photographer who I guess what like took off was he was trying to take a picture of a girl like drinking champagne, and someone bumped him and the bottle, and then she got like a champagne facial, so it was all over her face. And then he's like, that looked cool, and he did it again. And then from every party on for a while was like, oh, we're gonna get a Krill's here, we can get a champagne facial. So people like wanted him to show up, but he fucking hates it. He's like so miserable. He's like, I have nothing. Like he was saying that he saw like a couple like that was like I'd met him like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see you or whatever, and he's like, I don't think what I'm doing is cool. I think you're doing is cool. Like you guys built something. You guys have something. I have nothing. I get drunk like 7 days a week.
Facials.
Yeah, like I just get fucking hammered all the time.
Oh my god.
And he was like his is like so sad. And his like parents are they're like they're like Russian immigrants. So they're like very much like go to college, and he was gonna be a Disney animator. That's what he was like going to school for. And then
so
he was like,
cool.
oh, this is kind of like animating's a little hard, like kind of time consuming. So he went to photography and did a bunch of photography for like Nas and other like famous people. And then now he just takes pictures of people getting hammered,
Wow.
and that's his
What a big
job.
switch.
Yeah. He's not happy. And then there's some other girl that was like a Vine star, and like she seemed to be struggling because Vine was gone, but I don't know where she's at because this was filmed a while ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
it was fascinating. DJ Khaled's in it for a little bit, but he's just a weirdo.
He is weird. I like his stuff though.
Apparently, I just found out this today. He doesn't make stuff.
Oh?
He's a producer in the movie sense. He finds people and funds it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just found that out.
I didn't know that.
He doesn't actually do anything.
He doesn't do stuff.
He just puts money at the problem and it gets solved. And then he can show up and say another one and then go home.
Another one. Yeah. Oh my god. Wow. Hey.
That's a great job in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, money can really do anything you want for you.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Yeah.
You can kind of do whatever the fuck you want with just throwing money at the problem. A solution I've never had in my life. But
No, me either. I don't know if I'll ever experience
yeah.
that.
I was thinking about that like today. I was just like, man, it'd be really nice if I could just have a bunch of money just to do whatever. And then, but this just never happened.
Yeah. And I was thinking about like gambling maybe. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just throw it all in there and just hope for the best. Just at least.
Have you ever gone gambling before?
I went to the racetrack once.
Okay.
And I think I won like $40.
There you
and
go.
then I just walked away. I was like, nope, that's it.
The casino. I've been to the casino. I've been to 2 casinos, but only really gambled at it once. And I won a whole bunch, and I never want to do it again. It was like really creepy because I was like,
Really?
I can see how this becomes a problem.
No problem. Right. Yeah.
I don't have the money for this to be a problem. Like, I can't allow this to be a problem. This is intense. This is really really intense. And then I was like, I gotta stop
Yeah.
because it's not good. And like my family's all delinquents. I know we have the gene that makes
So-
things problems. Like
Right.
things get out of hand real easy in this Core blood. So I'm not looking to go crazy here.
Yeah, me too. That addictive behavior. So I'm gonna pass on that one too. Yeah.
It's like I wish I could be addicted to something that's productive.
Yeah, right? Like, going for a run every day.
Yeah, no,
Something.
never. It's not possible.
I'm too scatterbrained. Ugh.
Yeah, I get all over the place. I spent like 4 hours last night just going down a huge music rabbit hole just for fun.
That's me every day. And I was like, I always do that. I'm like scrolling. I was like, oh, I'll look for some new music. And then I'm in there for hours.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like, wow, I had so much stuff to do. It's so easy.
It wasn't even like I was necessarily looking for something. I was just like, what was it? Oh, that song I sent you. Mm-hmm. So everyone was like, I found a version of it that's like 7 seconds longer and gets in the second verse. Oh baby.
Where's the song? I want this
It's not
song.
out.
Why
I was
not?
wrong. I read it wrong. It was the other song.
Oh my god.
That one's not coming out till January, so
oh my
I'm just going to suffer forever.
Damn.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. And fucking Porter Robinson's so cute on Twitter. He's like, man, I'm so glad you got to work with her. I know this game means a lot to you. And I was like, oh, I love him. He's so sweet.
Oh my god, dude, I love Porter Robinson so much.
He's a dope dude.
He is.
He
makes really good stuff.
He really does. What was the newest thing he did? The
Virtual Self.
Yeah.
That's really
good.
Really, really cool. Definitely a huge step from where he was. Like,
is it trying to be another person, like not him, not like attached to him? Because it's like he links to it on Twitter as like a different Twitter account. That Twitter account doesn't even mention him. Like it seems to be like it's supposed to be like his own its own entity.
I think it is like it's an different expression of him. Like
it sounds a lot different.
Yeah, it is, and I think he wanted it to be like he wanted to change it up. Like he did a lot with Worlds, his last album that he did. And I think he just wanted like a total change from it. So he wanted to just like create this whole thing, and then he finished his tour or whatever he was doing, I think, and now he's gonna come back and like be Porter Robinson again. So like he was just like,
that's kind of cool,
like a different identity for a little bit, like coming back sort of thing. So
did people know that was him, or is it okay?
Yeah, like
so it wasn't like
everybody.
It wasn't like who was it? They basically made an alternate person. Oh, Stephen King wrote under a different person because he didn't know if Stephen King was what sold or the actual quality of the book.
Right.
So he like for a while, it was like 3 or 4 books that like are not under his name but are about him.
Oh, okay.
So
very interesting.
Yeah. So I was wondering if it was like something like that when I found it, and I was like, this is weird because I didn't realize how it was so like how separated he was trying to make it.
Right.
Until I was like, so it's kind of cool. Like I like when people like I guess only musicians can do that, but
right. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I mean, it definitely depends. I feel like some people would kind of be against that, be like, oh, just stick with yourself. Like, why are you?
Right.
So you gotta,
whatever. So you have to branch.
Both,
yeah.
But everybody like really loved it, so I think it worked for him, which was awesome.
That's cool. Have you seen him live?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, so good.
It seems like someone you'd have seen.
Yeah, and like the visuals that he does too are really great, and he plays live. Like a lot of the DJs that go up there,
it's like a press play thing.
Yeah, press.
Apparently, that's the switch in Vegas. If you're hired as DJ, you get either hired as a press play, and it's like significantly less, and then you get the actual do it live.
Oh.
So like you can be like insane. That's always really cool. Like it's hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't even know how. I honestly don't know how you do it because like it's so
either.
loud. How you hearing what you're doing next and like.
Yeah, and like if I remember correctly, he was up there and he started with like a tiny little like TV dinner kind of table thing with just like a couple things, beat pads on it, and then I think he had more or something, but like he started out just on that, and I was like, what the like it was just, I was just like mind blown. I was like, how can you be doing that right now with all these people just like on the spot, and it still sounded amazing.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So like he started small and then built with like as the show went on, he would do more and more stuff.
Yeah, like it gets started and he was just standing in the middle of the stage just with like this little TV tray table thing, and then he like kind of led into it, and like all the visuals came on and everything, and he uses a lot of anime.
Yeah, he did
stuff.
that thing with Crunchyroll, the Shelter.
Shelter.
Yeah.
So that's so beautiful. And like he had all that up there and like the lights and everything, and then he like walked away from the center of the stage back to the front where like the big DJ stuff is. He was up there doing it. So it was just really cool that he did it live because not many people do. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see someone attempt that. I think that'd be really... Because I don't know. We saw Seven Lions. I don't know if he was doing that live. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of... It might have been pre-recorded. A lot of them, they're pre-recorded, and then they'll do stuff along that. Yeah. Like, but it's not totally by themselves. Ooh,
there, you're good.
That's fine.
You can touch it.
Okay.
I told you can touch it. It's fine. It's not the end of the world.
I feel like when you have like recording, you're like waving it around in the air, and then you hear after it's like
yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm doing.
Well, that's what you're gonna hear it. If it makes a lot of noise, if you move it a lot, you're gonna hear it. You know. No, this one didn't. And actually, this thing is here so that it won't make as much noise if I hit the table or something like that. So
gotcha.
You're okay to touch it. Okay. You won't break any of this stuff. Lord knows I don't take care of it at all, so you're good.
Oh, looks great. It looks...
Ryan would be proud.
Ryan would be proud. Oh, yes, he would. Your chords are wrapped nicely.
Yes. Are you going to that thing for work? The thing Michelle emailed you about that too?
I don't think so.
Am I being bad now? Something at
The bowling and pizza?
No, it was a different thing.
I don't think I was invited to this thing.
I thought I saw you on there because I remember like who got put on this and Andrew was not, and I was like,
Oh,
awkward.
You know, I think I forgot my password to log in.
Oh, really?
To check my stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Friday at Peddlers to just hang out.
Oh.
You are on the email.
Oh.
So you are invited.
Wait, did this happen already, or it's happening?
No, it's happening next Friday.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, I'll have to go check my email. Are you gonna go?
I was gonna go. I think it'd be a nice way to just say like bye to everyone.
Yeah.
Like one last time. So, like I don't know how long I'm gonna stay or what I'm gonna do, but
Right. Wait, where's Peddlers?
it's apparently across the street from the studio, which doesn't make sense. I think it's up the street a bit.
Peddlers. Oh, I've heard that before.
So that's a thing they're doing.
Cool.
So I guess you're also invited.
Sweet. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I figured it'd be nice to just kind of see everyone pretty much one last time. I think. I don't know. And then, at least if it's not the last time, at least I made a good impression to get another chance to do it again.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if everything falls apart.
I work Saturday, and I think that's like the last day.
Did you get your email that was like thanks for playing? Or do you, probably not because you still have Saturday.
No.
Like Chris was sending out emails. It was basically just like, hey, I don't have anything else for you, so thanks for participating.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he gave you like the grading, and like some of them I genuinely don't know how to get a perfect score. I'm so confused. Like dress code, like what the fuck could I have done better? I don't understand.
Oh my god!
I got 4 out of 5. Like I don't understand.
Wait, just your dress code?
Yeah.
Wait, we got graded on that?
Yeah, I'll tell you all the things we got graded on.
Oh wait,
we got graded on a bunch
I gotta
of
log
stuff.
into my email
Yeah.
right now. I gotta look at this.
We got graded on a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, my dress code was probably not good at all.
It's a really confusing design, but you can so it's just like the quality of the pictures. 3 out of 5. 4. I think it's out of 4. So I got a 91, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What was this one? Self-management. 2 stars. What the fuck could I have done better?
What does that mean?
Here's the dress code. Picture day work area is clean, punctual, aware of nonverbals, and listens to understand, and follows posing guidelines. I don't think I could have done any of those things better.
What? Yeah, literally.
But yeah.
Wait,
so,
how does he know this? He didn't.
I don't know.
come
It's a
to
good
one
question.
of our
I have
jobs.
never once seen him.
I saw him at training. That was it.
Training. Yeah, I don't think he lives this side of. I think he's over west.
Yeah, he's in like Vestal.
Syracuse or Vestal. Yeah.
Oh, all right, I gotta figure this out. Here we go.
It was like the fall season email or something. So I don't know what I could have possibly done better, but so be it.
That's that I call BS on that.
I mean, I definitely didn't put in 110, but I did what I could. It's a simple job.
Yeah, I definitely did not put in 110. Sometimes I did. Some days I was just like, yeah, but
by the end of it, I had retakes. I was like, I'm done. I don't care.
Oh my god, me
I don't
too.
care at all.
And like
what are you gonna do? Fire me?
Right. And the one day we worked together, we were like, I was like, oh crap, we have to give them back their class pictures.
Yeah.
And I said that one day.
Yeah.
No day after that did I ever check.
No, yeah.
I was like,
yeah. When you said that, I was like, shit, she did say that. Haven't done it once.
yeah.
And then it was like, no one scolded me, so.
Me too. Yeah. I was just like, I did get scolded. Did I tell you, Michelle?
Oh yeah, you left
I left early. Yes. I did not. I mean, I guess technically I did leave early.
Like how early? You said you were scheduled till 1.
Yeah, I was scheduled till 1. And the lady from the office came down and she looked at all the cards that I had left, and there was a huge stack of them. So like, I was still gonna stay till like 1:30. Yeah. And she comes down and she's like, oh, all these kids moved. And then she looked at the staff pile, and all of the staff were people in like the business office. Oh, okay. So she's like, yeah, nobody else is coming down. And I was like, oh, all right then. So I hung out for like 15 more minutes because we had like a bunch of kids in the beginning, and nobody had come for like 2 hours. I was just sitting there, and she told me that. So I was like, oh, all right. 10 more minutes, packed all my stuff up. Everyone said bye to me. I was like, okay, bye. And then Michelle texted me the next day, and she's like, there's a problem that you left the school early. I was like, what? I was like, and then
what time did you leave?
I left I was out of there probably by like 12:30, and I was supposed to be there till 1.
I don't understand.
So it was like 30 minutes. So
I used to try to milk it.
Yeah.
Like as long as I could. There was one day where it was all pretty much done like by 9. I got there, picture thing started at 8. And I was like, well, this sucks. I'm supposed to at least be here till noon.
Right.
So I'll just sit here and watch YouTube videos on my phone. And then a woman walked in who I knew her son. I went to high school with her son. So I'd already made the mistake of making that connection when she came to get her picture taken. So she comes in, she's like, you're still here? And I was like, oh man, I'm going to get in trouble. I have to pack up now.
Yeah, you're just lingering in our school.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, just, because if I didn't know her personally, I would have been like, whatever, fuck her. What are you gonna do? Fire me again? Like, what are you gonna? Nothing.
Yeah.
So, but because of that, I was like, oh, she definitely knows my name. Like, this could be bad.
Right. Yeah, she knows who I am. I gotta go.
Yeah. So that was the only time that I didn't like fully milk it. But
yeah, I probably should have milked it a little bit to get hours, but I was just so over sitting there. Like, I just wanted to pack all my stuff and just go home. But
yeah, I would just do what I could. Ryan once said he treats his time like a lawyer. Everything is up to at least 15 minutes. And then I also adopted that mentality. So if I was in the studio dropping off a set for, I don't know, 5 minutes, that turned into 15.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly what I did too.
Yeah.
I always rounded up all the time.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll just do that with everything. Just like, it's 15 minutes in every window.
Right.
So, and then when I worked with him the last time, he was like, yeah, you got to get those 30 minutes whenever you can. Like, squeeze out as much as you can. Da-da. I was like, all right, man, thanks.
I wish everybody had the pleasure of knowing Ryan.
Yeah, that would be great. He's such a wonderful. He's a wonderful guy.
He is a wonderful guy.
He's just a lost soul.
Yeah, that's exactly how to describe him. He just needs to find his way.
Yeah, he really needs to find his... Boy, does he really need to find his way.
He has so much potential. That's so hard to see somebody that has so much potential.
He's so amazing. He's such a good artist. It's unbelievable. And then he just doesn't want to do it because everyone bullies him. Isn't he like 40?
Yeah.
He looks great too.
He does.
Not look 40 at all.
He's changed the last week or so. We talked about this.
Yeah. His most recent appearance has not been as impressive, but...
he looks more like an artist.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Now, definitely.
Maybe he's trying to go back to it.
I'd hope.
Slowly with his
because I told him to do it. I was like, dude, you really need to push this again. And like, I'm like, he's like, has he ever given you his like social media speech? He's like very anti-social media. He's like, it's fucking garbage. Oh my God. And so I was like, dude, I know you hate this, but like you really need to embrace this because you got like an Instagram or something. You could actually get like a bit of a following. You could maybe continue going back to this like full time. He's like, I don't know. I just hate it. I don't want to get in that life. And I was like, all right, man, I can't do it. That's I've done all my managerial skills here. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh man, that poor.
But he's amazing.
Yeah, I wish I saw some of his work. I
can show it.
Oh,
it's on
really?
his website. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's how I saw it. Yeah. This is not perfect for an audio session, but everyone can suck it. What's his last name? Carol.
Carol? Wait, that's...
Yeah.
Wait, it's Carol? I thought it was Carl.
Maybe it's Carl. I don't know.
Oh.
I've never heard him say it out loud. I don't know. How do I get to his out menu? There it is. Personal work.
Oh, shit, you did show me this. That is so fucking cool.
He's really good.
That is so fucking cool. Holy shit, actually. I would buy that. If he made like a tapestry of that or something.
Yeah, he's really good. I just don't know why he doesn't see... maybe because he's just in it, he doesn't see it, and everyone bullies him.
Yeah. Dude, I know. He's got a...
It's hard to watch... Like, I've never seen it really happen, but like... I hear a lot about it. I'm like, oh man, this hurts me.
The bullying?
Yeah, it's like, he's such a nice guy, so harmless.
I know.
Don't hurt him.
Everybody does it behind his back, too.
Which is worse.
I know, yeah, really.
That doesn't help me at all, because like, I'm always thinking like, oh, people are talking mad shit behind my back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I always get nervous, because I see it all the time, and other people do it in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, if he can do it so easily, I must be a human garbage can.
Yeah. Literally, though. Oh my gosh.
It makes me so nervous all the time. Mm-hmm. And like in high school, it was bad because like I was never the direct target of that, but I knew so many people who would talk tons of shit about people that I would hang out with.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know how to handle this.
Right.
At 14.
Yes.
So I like this person, and you're dunking on them harder than I've ever seen anyone dunk on someone. Well, what do I do?
Right. Yeah. Then you want to just like keep the peace, and you don't want to, like cause one side or the other. So
yeah,
definitely something that they don't teach you how to handle.
I still don't know how to handle it.
I still don't know how to handle that. No.
It's real intense. But so that always fucked me up as a kid because I was like, oh well. I think everyone likes me, and everyone's super nice to this kid when he's around, but as soon as he leaves, everyone's talking mad shit, so, what are they saying about me? I'm very nervous. And then just, the one thing led to another. And everyone hates me. No.
No, I don't think that's ever possible.
No, I don't think so. But I do think so at the same time, so it's a problem.
No, you can't worry about what people are saying because that's gonna happen. That was happening at 13. It's gonna happen forever. People are always. I see old fucking ass ladies still talking about each other all the time.
I guess that is just like a natural human thing, just to get people to talk shit about you. I don't know. But the thing I think that makes me the most nervous is like these kids that were getting made fun of thought these other people were their friends.
Right.
And that's the thing that makes me like real like nervous. It's like, oh well, how much of someone just putting up a show?
Right.
To just deal with me or something,
Yeah, like you've been lied to this whole time. You have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like I get it. I could be a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. So like I always like, well, it might be a little too much for someone. I get it. So remember I was telling you about that girl I follow who's like does like the Mystic Monday. She's like all the same stuff my mom's into, but I think it's cool when she does it, not when my mom does it.
Not your mom.
Yeah. So she was like talking about astrology or whatever the Zodiac thing is called. And she was like, oh, if you don't understand it, you can just follow like these pages on Instagram. They're like meme counts. Follow that and do that. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I would like to know what this is because it sounds like a thing people just keep talking about, and I just don't know anything about it. So I started following these various meme accounts, and they all fucking hate Aries so much. Like, I don't know who's writing these, but they fucking hate me so much. Nothing they say is good ever.
Oh, geez. I feel like though that's a sign that gets shit on a lot because if
it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a lot. I get it.
There's nothing wrong with it though, but I feel like it gets shit on. I don't know everything to,
it's a lot. Even though some of them I can kind of follow, but like, and some of them are hilarious. Like there was one that like was Aries related, and it was like a picture of Lady Gaga on the phone. They're like, oh, we've been talking for 2 days. We're dating now. I'm married in my head. Like all that, like the real fast dramatic stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. But some of them I'm like, I have no idea. Like they'll add there's other aspects to it that I don't at all understand, like the moon.
Oh my
and
God,
there's the different planets that you can attach to them.
Yeah, the planets are in sexton to the other, and then they're in a square, and one is retrograding.
Yeah, I have no idea. So they'll just be like, oh, it's a whatever in Venus, and like I don't know what that means, and I can't follow what this joke is at all.
Yeah, some of them are like I've been trying to get a grasp on it. I know like right now, there's this girl I watch on YouTube, and she does an astrology forecast at the beginning of every week, and she knows it. Yeah, but like she describes everything so well, and every week it's just like dead on, like what she's saying. Because by the time I watch it, it's like the middle of the week, and I'm like, oh yeah, all that already happened Monday and Tuesday. Like I should watch this earlier to know. But she goes through, and I guess we've had like a Sagittarius moon, and I guess Sagittarius is all about like finding your highest self or something, but then the past one was in Scorpio, and that was I don't even know, but so she was like going on about that, and I totally forgot why I started saying that.
I don't remember, what was it, something about Aries being bad people, people you follow on YouTube.
I forget it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
But yes, she makes good things, and she reads your birth chart, and she'll tell you.
What is that?
Your birth chart is what time you were born, and what city you were born in, and then it charts. The computer somehow maps where every planet, the moon, the sun, where everything was at that moment that you were born. So that whole chart explains basically your whole life path, everything about you, your traits and everything like that. Like Venus is the planet of love, so like wherever Venus was in conjunct to this over here, like you're gonna have like 5 kids, and like you're
what the fuck?
like it's crazy. So
and how accurate is it?
I guess it depends on who you go to, because I feel like a lot of people are hoaxes about it.
Right,
they
yeah.
just kind of make shit up, but
it's so easy.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are super into this stuff are very lost people. They need something. Religion's not working, so they gotta get something.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can see like this being a very easy thing to just manipulate someone on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know anything really about it.
Yeah,
but you'd think I would, because my mom's all about it. But.
Yeah, I know. I feel like she would explain it to you all the time.
Yeah, I have no idea. She does, though. She'll be like, oh, this is in retrograde and this thing is happening, but I never question further. I go, yep, and sure thing.
I trust you.
Yeah. So yeah, I try to let most people go, like just to talk whenever. Like if I'm talking to someone and like they tell me something already, I'm like, well, they're passionate about it. Tell me twice, so I'll just let them go. Like, who am I hurting to hear the story a second time? Like, it doesn't matter. They seem into it, so I'll usually just not like, because every once in a while someone will be like, oh no, I've already heard that. I'm like, all right, well, fuck you, I guess.
Yeah, like screw you.
Yeah. So like, or sometimes people just like talk about something I just don't follow, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I try to know a little about everything to have a basic conversation with people. I can't tell you the amount of sports conversations I bullshitted my way out of by just knowing basic key facts. Or like one time I got a UFC conversation with someone and I know nothing about that.
Yeah, me either.
But Joe Rogan does, and I've listened to him talk about it enough that I would just parrot, keep word for word things he would say, and the guy would be like, "Yeah, totally." He'd be like, "No, there's no fucking way." I'm like, "I don't know, man." And the conversation was over. Thank God.
That's great. Hey, use your resources.
Yeah. Gotta use his memory for something.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, so I try to know everything about something. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I'll try to think I'm feeling myself on some topic I really don't know much about, and then I fucking say something dumb and trip up. They're like, well, no, I'm like, oh well, fuck me, I guess.
Right, I'm gonna quiet down now.
I should not be demanding this conversation goes my way.
Yeah, I don't know anything about sports. When people talk about sports, I'm just like, you just smile and nod.
Yeah, I don't get it, the appeal very much. I guess I kind of get the appeal because like esports, I'm like, this is cool, but I guess because I don't know. I don't know why that's cooler to me.
Yeah, I don't.
Kind of like because competition, I get. Like, see,
I don't. I'm not a competitive person. Like that's why I did not do well in sports in school because everybody was so like adamant about we gotta like win this game and blah blah. I'm like, I just want to play. I really don't care because we're not like I don't want to make this my lifelong goal to play soccer.
See, so. I wish I had that mentality because I get into something and I'm like, well, this is the future for me forever, and then it's just go, and then I have a standard for myself. And then I don't reach that standard, and then I hate myself.
Yes.
And it's like, why? So it's a nightmare. And the worst is in like a competitive situation where it's someone you beat a bunch, and then they start beating you, and you're like, I'm a fucking loser. But really, you just haven't practiced, you asshole.
Right.
It's like you.
Yeah, you gotta give yourself credit.
It's on you for doing nothing. You got drunk the last 3 Saturdays. Of course you're not going to beat fucking whoever,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, competition is... I mean, like, I understand just because I feel like that's kind of a human nature thing, like the competitive in competition with everybody, like top dog, but
survival. Yeah,
survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
but I don't know, sports on TV it's just not everybody like gets up and screams at the TV and like throws stuff around, and I'm just I don't know, I don't get that excited to use my energy on that.
It's like, and I only can really have this more because of like an esports angle, but it's understanding the high skill level and how impressive the thing they did.
Okay,
so like that's more
sense.
what it is. Like, so if you don't have a baseline, it doesn't make any sense. Like I can show any competitive gaming event to you right now and you're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, because you've never played the game, so you can't make the connection of like what the objective is, why this guy would make this decision, or what just happened and why everyone's screaming. Like you literally don't have that pathway in your brain.
Yeah.
But like that's why esports is so popular, is because it's so like the ceiling is kind of low in terms of like peak skill, but it's still like there's a huge like floor gap basically. So everyone can kind of get in on the base level, and the games that do better, like viewer-wise, are things that are mechanically simple but like strategically high. So like you see someone do something cool and you go, oh, I can do that. And you can boot the game up immediately and do it. Whereas like in a sporting situation, it's more like not the case because they're doing something crazy.
Right.
But if you don't have a basis in it, you don't understand what they just did is even insane or cool or whatever.
Right.
There's also like the team mentality of like my team just did the thing and now I can scream because I'm excited. But like, if you don't have that, you don't have that either.
Right,
You're just watching a bunch of dudes run into each other for fucking 3 hours. Why is football so long? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it takes them like half an hour to go 10 feet. Like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I get that. Yeah.
So like, if you just don't have any, you like if you don't have someone who's like you care for this thing, or you don't understand how that thing is really intense. Like, I have a friend who's like really good like of understanding baseball. He works for like Major League Baseball teams now and stuff. But like, for him, he knows everything about like the stats, so he's almost like we're just watching math play out.
Right.
But like he's really into it and like watching that and like almost like gambling. Like, I think these are the numbers for this. Oh, they're hitting that exact spot because of the fucking thousands of algorithms we can throw out. It's like for him, that's exciting because he knows so much about it.
Right.
But he doesn't play it. That kind of. It's like interesting.
Right.
So it's just really like what Like, I don't know, you get excited about stuff because you just know about it. It's like,
yeah, no, I get, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I totally don't like sports at all. not, just like, not to completely get off topic, sports don't make any sense to me. I don't really get it. So I don't have a team thing, and I don't really care about a lot of the actual sports people do. Mm-hmm. I watch fighting because I'm like, well, that was fucking brutal. But
yeah, I kind of enjoy that. Yeah, I like watching soccer because I played.
Yeah,
and hockey is fun.
Hockey is fun.
Yeah,
because it's basically just soccer but really fast and a bunch of drunk dudes punching each other.
yeah, like the fighting.
Fighting, you know?
And like a little bit of sport thrown.
Yeah, something's happening with a score. I don't know.
Yeah,
that guy just punched that guy. I'm getting another beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh man.
So what have you been spending your unemployment doing? Just sitting around?
Oh man, yeah, sitting around. I've been like, I always try to do everything by like yesterday. Like I always want to do everything so incredibly quickly and don't enjoy the process of doing it. So
not the result.
I'm just like, I need the result now and don't want to do anything to get there, but I just want it to happen right now. Yeah. So I've been trying
the dream.
to, yeah, exactly. You know, like how we play it out in our head. But so I've just been like organizing my shit in my room. Like I'm really trying to get an apartment. So I really want to like get all my stuff organized and get rid of stuff that I don't need. And then I've been getting my stuff together for school because I'm going back to school in January.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm like excited about it, but I know I'm gonna get super fucking stressed out. So then I'm like, but I have to just not let myself get stressed.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I literally don't know how I like in college. I honestly have no idea. When I think back of the fucking delinquents we were, it doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. Just like, it's insane.
Yeah, it was hard going away to school and like being surrounded by people and parties and everything else beside work and study. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you kind of dive into that for a second, you're like, oh, like I don't know any of this, like what's going on. People are just doing stuff, and I guess this is what we do, and yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like I never understood. Like I would always see, like the really smart people in my class. They'd be out partying like all the time. I'm like, how do you do so good and like have all your shit together and you can still go out and party? And it's like I had to sit inside for hours and try and finish one paper. Like,
yeah, I would just put everything to the last second.
Oh, me too.
So that was never a good call.
Yep.
And then I didn't read anything. I barely did anything. Like, I was just talking to a friend of mine because, like, I've been streaming video games, so I have a very clear number of how long I play these things now. And it's like 3-4 hours. I'm like, oh, that's pretty insane. And I think, well, no, we were pulling like 16-hour days in college. Like, we would just, because, like, it was a house full of us, and so someone would be playing, and someone goes to class, someone comes downstairs, oh, hey, now it's open, let's play together, and it just keep going. It was just like, then we go to tournaments, and it was just like, it was insane. We were fucking ridiculous.
Oh, that's cool, though.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I honestly miss college the most for the deadlines and the feeling of, like, a purpose and just having people always around. You can go anywhere and there's someone there.
Yeah.
It's
so
nice.
You're so right about that. The deadline, I would always wait till, like, the night before, and then I would sit there and everything out. I'd be, like, so smart, like, all at once. Be like, all right, like, right now, write everything down. But, yeah, like, people all around, like, you just felt like a sense of safety.
Something, yeah.
Like safety almost, because there was just
I never wanted to go home.
Around. Yeah.
Because it's like, at home, as I am right now, no one's fucking here.
Right.
I just sit around and fucking do nothing all day. Mm-hmm. But, like, if I was feeling like I was doing nothing, I was going to do nothing with someone else.
With someone else, right?
Like, let's go do something by doing nothing. Let's just go sit on the couch. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So it's, yeah. And it's just, like, no one to, like, talk about things with. And you're just like, oh, well. Like, have like a thing, like, I don't know. I often will be like, this idea, I need to talk about this, and there's no one around, so.
Right.
Luckily, I have this now where I can just dump it there, but for a while, it was just like, a thing, and just like, that's it, I guess.
Right. Let it go.
I say this to myself out loud, and that's the end of it. Like,
I talk to myself all the time.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to myself out all the time, like, especially in the car.
Oh, me too.
I fucking narrate my life story in the car.
Me too. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have full conversations ranging in all sorts of emotions. Mm-hmm. Just, and they can change real fast. They can do real crazy things. It's almost weird when I don't talk to myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to talk to myself so badly I turn all the music off and I try to have a conversation with myself or we unpack everything that needs to unpack for that 15-minute drive.
I can picture all this. It's so great.
Sometimes I just have a lot on my mind.
Yeah,
and I just need to work it out, and the music is going to be distracting because I'll be like, oh, this is fun. I'm like, this isn't a fun conversation we're having right now.
But honestly, though, like, I think sometimes, like, you have to have those out loud conversations with yourself because some of the stuff that you're trying to work through is, like, you need to yell at yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, you could just be sitting in the car being like, you need to get your shit together. Like, you need to stop being lazy, you know? Like, just actually talking to yourself, like, instead of it being in your head.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
And I have horrible memory if I just keep it in there. I have to say it out loud.
Yes, me too.
So, like, I'll usually just, like, say something out loud to try to remember it better than if I just, like, leave it in there. Mm-hmm. And, like, that seems to help. So,
yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I actually just saw a thing recently. It was a video of some actor, and he was talking about, like, one of the bigger changes in his life was learning to talk to himself like he talks to his friends. He's like, I'm always there for my friends. I'll hold their hand. I'll give them a hug. I'm always going to be there for them. But for myself, it is the exact opposite. It is, I'm a loser. You're fucking, this or that. And I was like, oh, okay. So he's like, you got to talk to yourself. You'd like talk to a friend, and it'll help you so much more.
Oh my God, that is so crazy that you say that because that is so true. And I was saying that the other day. I was scrolling through Tumblr and I saw this picture. And I really want to get this as a tattoo. And I just thought, and it's by Picasso, and it's called The Friend. And I just looked at it, and I was just like, that's just like the relationship I want to have with myself. Like, comfortable with yourself, but like a friend. Like, I'm going to be there for you. Like, I'm going to help you out. And not treat you like a fucking jerk. Like,
who else is going to?
Exactly. Like, you're always going to be there for yourself. You're always with yourself. So when I looked at that picture, that just like all clicked for me, and I was like, wow, like, I need to be friends with myself and stop trying to fight myself on everything all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So.
It is hard. It doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, yeah. And
much to my chagrin.
Yeah. But that's the thing, too, like, being patient. Like, you can't have everything happen in one day. It's going to take months and years, and it's okay. Like, you have a whole journey to do all of this and not try to fit it all in one day, so.
Yeah, it's really hard to not make the rash, very dramatic decision all the time. But it's so I've been trying to catch myself when, like, sometimes I'll be talking to someone, they'll be like, "Oh, just do this." I'm like, I don't know if that's what I want to do. Maybe that's the wrong call, but it's not really about how I feel comfortable. So I think I'm gonna not do that, and then I give it a few days or whatever, and then the result I wanted actually, like, turns out it wasn't like that. If I had done the rash thing, I would not actually get what I wanted. Right. So I had to just kind of like take it slow and like trying to catch myself from being a lot all the time. So I'm like, all right, tone it down, be a little less a few for this stranger. So yeah, I try to like keep it together because like when we were first starting to work together, I was like, I'll just slowly wear my weird nerd shirts in public. I'm not gonna fucking bludgeon them over the head with it. And then like I'm not gonna, like, when someone's like, oh, what do you like to do? I'm not gonna mention the weirder stuff until someone asks me more specifically, and then I won't even get into that detail. Like, that's why for a while I was like, when we were talking, did you, me, and Will, you're like, just play video games? I'm like, I do, but it's only weird Japanese stuff. I'm not going to go any further.
No more than that.
I'm not going to just bludgeon you to death with just nonsense that you're just going to stare at me like, I don't know what you're saying. So I've always been more cautious of like, let me just ease someone into me as opposed to just hitting you with a bat with my face on it.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes I appreciate that more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, that's for me. Some people, they can't handle that, like, intense somebody being themselves all at once, like, right then and there when you first impression kind of thing. Yeah. But I appreciate that. Like, I like when people are just, looking at them, and I want to be this way. Like, I'm saying this, like, I want to be this way. Like, you just look at somebody, and they're just, that they're being their, like, 100% authentic self.
Yeah.
Like, just being a fucking weird-ass motherfucker and, like, making, like, they're fucking hilarious just because they're doing that. Like, they're not trying to be funny. Yeah. They're just being themselves, and that's just, like, great,
It is nice.
It is, and I don't know why I can't be like that, and why it's
I didn't think I was, and then my mom was like, you just do you all the time.
You do.
And I was like, I do? And she's like, yeah, like, did you look yourself in the mirror? Like, you have crazy hair because you want it.
You're right.
Like, you fucking will just talk anyone's ear off about Power Rangers. No one fucking cares. Like, you talk, like yeah, you laugh because Like, I just don't. Like, so you do whatever you want, and then, like, you don't actually like let it like stop you.
I admire that so much.
And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think I did. Like, I didn't think I was doing anything specifically uniquely me, but I just do.
You do. You just do you. You're not thinking about it.
Right, no, I don't. There was one time where I went to an anime convention with my brother, and he brought his girlfriend, and I was buying one of these fucking stuffed animals, and she was like weirded out and like turned to him, he's like, what? It's a grown man buying a stuffed animal. And then at that moment, I was like, oh, I guess this would be weird to someone who's not involved with this.
Yes.
But I really want this one, so I guess I'm buying. Like, I can't help it. And it's like, yeah, it was like one of the first times, like, oh, so this is like a weird thing for someone that's not involved in this, because it is like
they don't understand it or just don't know.
Like that one behind you, the black one there, got my credit card turned off because they're like, why are you buying things from Japan? Someone stole your card. I was like, no, it was me.
It was really me.
That was me. There's like, did you tell us next time? I'm like, all right, that's fair.
He's really cute though. He kind of looks like Batman almost.
Yeah, he's a little thief.
Oh my god, he's super cute. What's he from?
He's from Persona 5, which is this thing on the wall here. You can take him. Okay. You can pick him up.
Oh, he's super
He's a little, what he summons is Zoro. He's a little...
Morgana?
Yep, Morgana. He's a cat. He turns into a normal cat, but when he's in the alternate dimension, he looks like that.
Oh my gosh.
And he uses a big sword. He summons Zoro, and he's cute.
He's really cute.
He's the mascot for that game. The dog is the mascot for 3.
Uh-huh.
And then this thing is the mascot for 4.
Oh my god, I like this one. It looks like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty.
And he's like just a bear in a costume. And they take his head off initially, and there's nothing inside. But eventually, oh, he's dusty as fuck. Eventually, he becomes like a boy.
Oh.
Like there's a person. I don't remember how. It's been a while since I played it. But there's like he comes to he like lives in the alternate reality, and then he eventually joins with the main kids, and he goes back to like the real reality and is like a person, and he goes to school with them. I don't remember how he did that, but that's what he did.
Interesting. That reminds me of Finn from Adventure Time.
Oh yeah,
he kind of looks like him with a little round head.
Sit in place. There you go. Oh, gonna knock mine over. Yeah, he's I like him. I don't know. I like this stuff.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool that you have something that you are so passionate about.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it gets kind of insane because like I'll go to people and talk about certain things, and then they have what I consider a wrong opinion, and I'm honestly more mad at someone like that than if they called me like a racial slur.
Yeah.
For that, it's like fucking whatever. I don't care. But if they're like, hey, fucking Black Clover is good, I'm like, you fucking moron. Why would you think that?
Right.
What is wrong with you? Who hurt you? So yeah,
it's more offensive.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's like a weird thing. I noticed that once too because I was watching something and someone had said some slight to. I think it was just like the Japanese people. I was like, fuck that guy. But if they were like, fuck Americans, I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So I was telling a friend that, and he's like, this is so sad. Like, how does someone not have like American spirit? I'm like, no, I just think Japan's better, I guess. I don't know. Like, I just seem to care a lot more about the things they make because they bring me joy. And as long as they're around, then we get more of it. So It's very selfish. But
it's very selfish. That's yeah. Japan is really cool. I want to go to Tokyo.
I do too.
Badly.
I think it'd be really cool to go.
Yeah.
There's just so much there.
I know. I saw a picture the other day, and it was like Tokyo all lit up, and it said going to Tokyo is like going into your own real life world anime because it looks like so like futuristic.
When I show you that one account I follow that's like all the neon cities at night. So cool. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
And they do Tokyo a lot because there's a lot of neon in Tokyo. And it's just like, oh, it's so sick. It's like some alleyway just fully lit up. It's like, oh, it looks so cool.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I really do want to go there just to see various things. The city's so big. I honestly would love to do the whole country, but I don't know if I'd have I don't know how long it would take because there's so much.
Yeah, I don't know either. You could definitely, you could do it in like probably 3 months. I mean, depending on how quickly you go. I mean, you can go in a month, but you would have to stay in a spot for like a day or two. But that would be really cool.
Because there's just, I mean, I want to see every district of Tokyo. Like, that'd be amazing. Go to Akihabara and just buy video games I can't play because I don't have the console that much run with it. I can go to fucking Shinjuku and get hammered with a bunch of fucking salarymen.
Oh,
it'd be amazing.
That'd be so fun.
Like, it just sounds like it would be such a great fucking everything about it. Like Akihabara and just fucking, it'd be I want to see it all. It's the best.
Good food.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. I just want to. I think it'd be just that's like the one spot I think would be the most interesting, like social change.
Yeah.
Because like Europe sounds cool, but there's a lot that's similar. Like going to Japan or even like a China or a Korea would be like, it's so different, almost like another planet or something. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because like everything is very westernized in my life. I don't like.
Yes, yeah, seriously. Like, a lot of people, I mean, including myself, I want to go to New Zealand and like Australia.
I would love to go to Australia.
But like Australia is basically just like the United States.
Yeah.
So it's, it wouldn't be a huge culture shock.
Yeah, it's
just
like
geographically.
there's parts of it that are weird, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then the middle is just a desert.
Yeah.
But like I think there's like parts of it that are kind of different socially or something. I forget what it was. But I know. But Australia would be cool.
Yeah.
Found out Australia has a higher population of attractive people because there was a bunch of prostitutes on there. So the gene pool is just prettier.
No way.
Because it was a prison colony. So that's why most Australian people are very attractive.
Wow.
Because there's just there was a collection of attractive people shipped to the island.
Oh my God, Ruby Rose. She's my favorite.
She is
Human
pretty great.
being. Yes. Oh, she's
Talk about being yourself.
Batwoman.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Being
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so hyped to see that. I'm so hyped to see that.
You said The Dark Knight's your favorite movie?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it probably over 20 times and I can recite pretty much the whole movie.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about it makes you so into it? I'm not saying like it's a bad movie, just like it's an interesting choice.
Heath Ledger. I love Heath Ledger. I just think he plays the part incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
He's psychotic. He just like gives that vibe. And actually, when they were filming it, I can't think of the British actor's name, but
Christian
Alfred.
Bale? Oh, Alfred. Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Yes, he when he filmed the scene where Joker comes into the Batman's penthouse when he's having the party for the first time, and he brings like all of his gunmen in there. Michael Caine was actually terrified because it was the first time
he saw him in the makeup or something, right?
him. Yeah, the first time in the makeup, like first scene that they had done of it. He was like actually terrified with how good that he did the part. So I thought that was really cool, but he had that crazy like psychotic thing, which I weirdly like. For some reason, I'm just like fascinated by that. I just love that, and I love Batman as a superhero just because.
Are you like a big Batman person?
Yeah,
that's
he's
cool.
Probably my favorite superhero just because he's, takes everything into his own hands. It's I admire that because I do that, and it's a thing. He's just stronger and has cooler weaponry than I do.
Yeah.
But
he's got this thing called money.
Yeah, money. Yeah,
It kind of solves all his problems.
Mm-hmm. But I like that one. I don't know the way they introduced Two-Face in that one though.
Oh yeah, that was weird. He's there and then dead, like almost immediately.
Yeah, and it was just I don't know. I mean, I like the guy that plays him. I think he's all right, but
He's really good. Thank You for Smoking. I don't know his name, but I like that movie a lot.
I can't think of what his name is. I didn't see that movie.
He's a lobbyist for cigarettes companies, and like people are like, "You're a piece of shit." He's like, "Fuck yeah, but I get the money." And like it's an interesting like character study on like this like job and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds.
And like people are trying to make it legal, and he's like, "No, I'm not letting it happen." It's pretty good.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, he was a good actor in that. He loved Rachel. But yeah, I just always liked the story. He just like overcame his fear of the bats and became a superhero.
What's your bet? What would be your?
Oh fuck! I got a lot of fucking bats. Oh man. An animal that I'm afraid of that I would turn into?
Sure, let's start there.
Well, we'll start there. Something that I'm afraid of. I want to be like typical and say a snake because they just really freak me out. But
That's
like
fine.
they're super cool at the same time.
Well, bats are super cool and can be freaky. That's why Batman is cool.
Yeah, yeah, but like bats are kind of cute in a weird way. I don't know. I think all animals are cute. But what would you be?
I have no idea. I didn't have an answer. I was just asking.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm necessarily like afraid of an animal. Like, I wouldn't want to be staring down with a bear. But
Right.
I'm not like I don't see a bear and get creeped out or something. You know, I don't know what my answer would be like in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not an animal like weirds me out. Like bugs and like slugs and stuff are weird.
Yeah.
But like I don't know.
I always used to pour salt and slugs all
Oh
the
really?
time.
That must just be disgusting. I can't even do that because the imagery of him like going like that's so gross.
That's
yeah.
gross.
Why would you do it to yourself?
I don't know, because it was fun, and I was probably so fucked up when I was a little kid. Like, I used to pour salt on slugs and just like enjoy watching them like shrivel up.
Oh,
into,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I know. And then I used to we used to have like this walkway up to our front door, and there'd be daddy long legs.
You just tear them off?
I would tear all their legs off and just watch their legs still like they still move after you rip them off. And
I invite a serial killer into my house.
I know, literally, I'm just like putting that together in my head. I was like, wow, this is gonna sound so bad when I say it out loud.
Tons of kids do that shit all the time. It's killing like mammals that people start to question things.
Yeah, I never did anything with roadkill or like anything like that, so it wasn't that creepy.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty normal kid thing.
Yeah.
I never really did it though. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, you're normal.
I guess. Am I though? I feel like that happens all the
Nobody's
time.
normal.
Yeah, there's no normal.
No.
Which is kind of reassuring.
Yeah, it is. I think my teacher was just talking about that the other day. She was saying how there's this whole concept of normal is just, it's different to everybody. There's no real normal. You know, everybody's fucked up.
Right,
Everybody's weird, you know?
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with myself in the shower, very loudly.
Yeah.
About something I'm struggling with as a person. I can't remember what it was. There's a lot, so I don't know what this specific one it was. And I was like, I don't even know if what I'm doing is wrong because I've only ever been me. And then I was like, whoa, it's like a weird way to think. But yeah, like I don't know if like the things I struggle with, if I'm doing something wrong because I see all these other people doing it, but I don't understand like how they do certain things. It's like, well, I don't know if I'm actually the one that's the problem or if I'm just like I'm just unlucky a whole bunch, or is it like I'm actually like need to work on something. So it's like,
what can I ask what this is regarding?
Oh, just relationships in general.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's you doing anything.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have any way to know that because I've never been anyone else. So like it's weird to have like well, I do what I do and I don't know if that's the way to do it.
Well, it is. Always be you.
Right, yeah.
Don't worry if that's right or wrong. Just be you.
Yeah.
And if people don't like that, then fuck them. And if they do, then great.
Right, yeah, no, and I get that. It was just like, I don't know. Like, it's never made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know what you mean,
So it's like, I don't understand what's going on. And, like, things happen, and I'm like, I don't understand anymore. Like, I thought I knew what's going on, and then it happened the opposite, and I'm confused.
Yeah. It's just like...
What do I do?
The ebbs and flows.
Yeah. It's like, I don't get this. Or like when I think something is one way and it's dramatically not. It's the only time I'm so bad at reading the room or reading the situation. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, this is what's got to be going on, and then it's the complete opposite. And I'm like, well, how could I possibly fuck this up so dramatically?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, how did I read this situation so wrong? Why am I so stupid? And then I spend a month beating myself up about it. So. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god, dude, the fucking struggle of living life.
Life is tough. I don't get. Sometimes it's like, and that was the one thing I thought was so interesting about the documentary, the American Meme one, where the guy was like, I'm jealous of you having this like relationship that you built, but he has all the money and the fame that people want, and he's so miserable because he doesn't have. And he was saying, he's like, I got all the business and the work stuff and the finances, but like my social life is a nightmare. And he's the guy who parties every day. Yeah. And he doesn't think his social life is like in a good spot. And he's like, I failed at this because I just neglected this so much that this other side of me looks really great and is working really well, but nothing else is working here. And he's like, I'm like 38. Like, I can't believe this. Like, my time on the job thing's going to run out because he's going to want to fucking party with a 50-year-old, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. So he was getting all like panicky about that. And I was like, well, shit, I haven't done either of those categories. I can't figure out anything.
Oh, dude, that's the thing though. Like, that's what I've been. The last few days for me have been so rough. Just trying to like finding your path. Like, I feel like a lot of people right now are just in this place where they're trying to find their path and what to do with their life, and it's. I don't know. I don't think there ever is really an answer. It's just kind of like,
that's the weird part.
Yeah, and like, it's coming to terms and accepting that there's no right or wrong. You just have to like keep doing what's right for you at that time, and just I don't even know. Like, it's just so hard because there isn't an answer, and your ego wants that answer. It wants to know. But
there just doesn't. There's nothing that you can do. It's just. But like, there are people who like just will it into existence by just never stopping, and you're like, well, that's cool. But they also started at 14. Right. I'm 25. Like, I'm running out of that. And like today, I was at the dentist. They were asking me like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I've been doing school pictures, blah, blah, blah. And then my dentist came in and asked the same question. I told him, he's like, that's not a real job. And I was like, shit.
Oh my God.
Feels weird. And he was joking, but then I was like, well, I am entering like that age where like kind of bouncing around a job or working like a retail thing. Like, people are starting to like gonna be like kind of like disappointed when I tell them, and like I shouldn't be worried about that, but
Right.
like they're only just worried about me succeeding. Like that's why they would act that way, because they like when I went to my high school for the pictures, I ran to my assistant principal and he was like, "You're not gonna do this forever, are you?" And I was like, "Huh, well no, but this is a weird way for you." And he was like disappointed to see me have come back to that. And I was like, "Oh, this is." Like he's in good nature and he's right. Like I should probably try to do, and like someone sees, at least he sees something in me, you know, like there's a positive there, but
Right.
I feel really shitty that like I haven't gotten to that next thing, you know.
But that's okay though. I mean, I feel like everybody's so pushy to, you need to have the answer. You should have had the answer already. You're 25.
Right,
like,
yeah.
you know. And
You're supposed to pick at 18.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have no idea about the world at 18.
Yeah.
Like expecting that out of us in today's age is just blows my mind, because what I thought college in the real life was when I was in high school before I graduated, and now like being out of high school for really not even that long, but like still just everything I've, you know, gone through, it's just like you can't expect somebody to figure all that out. And even now, like it's okay, you know, like you came back to the school. See, that's the thing, like people see you doing a shitty job, you know, and they think that's going to be your whole life. It's like, this is a tiny little fraction of my life. Like I'm just doing something that's fun for me right now. I need something that's not overbearing because I want to be working on this instead. Like they don't think about all that stuff. They just think about,
well, that's all I care about. Is that like that's the thing I should have realized when I was 18, when I was going to college, was everyone would be like, "Oh, what are you gonna go do?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't have like a crazy answer." So I was like, and that's why I kind of leaned towards psych, even though I do enjoy it. I didn't really care that deeply. So, but it would be an answer that I could say, and then someone would go, "Oh, what are you gonna do with that?" And you just give a canned bullshit answer, and then the conversation's over because they don't care past that point.
Right.
And I didn't realize that until I left college, and then it's like, shit, I should have just did like the weird thing.
Yeah.
The whole time, like, should have just went for film, or should have went for, you know, whatever, editing or something. Just went for something specific, because then at least I'm building the skill set for longer, and then I have connections with people that might do stuff. Like that would have been a better decision. So like that's why I tell everyone they're going to go to college, like don't go because like you think it's going to help you, and like college is just a way to get connections and have a more on your resume for something you want to do. So
yeah, for sure.
So I think it's cool that you choose to go back, you know, to finish.
Yeah.
And you're in, what was it again? It's like development or something.
Human development.
Human development.
Yeah.
That's it,
So it's it'll be a Bachelor of Arts, because most of my credits right now are like liberal arts credits, but I took a lot of psych, like liberal arts and psych, so that's really all I took. I didn't really take anything else. So that should be cool. I mean, I'm just going just so I can have a bachelor's degree, and I mean, tuition is free now, so I'm like,
it is?
Fuck it, why not? Yeah, but like the commitment is however long you use it for, you have to stay in New York for that long after.
Oh, that's right.
So my advisor said I should hopefully finish in like a year and a half instead of 2 years, which will be
that's nice.
Kind of nice. So
it's not the news I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that with the fucking schools.
Yeah.
Did not know that. That
they
sucks.
just did the free tuition.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
didn't know that at all.
Did that
sucks
last
ass.
year. They just passed it.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah, they just so like I was like, well, you know what, they could take it away. It's just as quick.
Right.
You know, or
jump on this. Yeah, that's good. It's good.
So hopefully
it's good for you, bad for me.
I know, that's why like James was telling me at work that his wife, she got her doctorate, and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like she's a federal something. I can't remember what he said, but he said that her college, they have like $250,000 in college debt, and they got it down a whole bunch, but like,
wow,
$250,000 in college debt, like you're gonna be working your whole life to pay that off. Like, what's the whole point?
That's what I have.
That's so oh my god, that just sucks.
I have like $120,000 in debt. Yeah,
that just sucks so much. I can't even imagine.
Oh, it's not fun. That's why I haven't moved out yet.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, there's John Mulaney's new stand-up special. He has a bit about that where he was like, he got like a letter from the college, like, hey, give us money. And he was like, wait a minute, I gave you guys $120,000 for a degree in English. I already speak it. Like, what? And he like leans into the whole thing of that. He's like, why would I pay more money to you? But like, he's right. Like, that's a lot. He's like, where the fuck could any of like, that's a lot of money I gave you. Where did it go?
Right. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. And it's so expensive for no reason. I mean, like when you're on campus going to a class, like you have so many breaks. You have so many class
I was playing
cancellations.
video games for 16 hours a day.
Yeah. So it's like, what am I actually doing? You know, they give you your work, half of it's online, or just like, you know, write this paper or something. And it's
it's insane. You basically just pay to go to summer camp for 4 years. Like,
yeah, literally. Yeah. And I remember my one class we calculated out how down to like the minute how much we were paying. Like we calculated it all. It was like $1.25 a minute or something we were paying for her class, and I was like, bitch, I'm sorry, you're not worth $1.25 a minute. Like that's a lot. I'm in here for like an hour and a half.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Yeah. So it's unnecessary. It's a scam.
It really is,
because like it's just. I mean, it used to be, you had an associate's degree, like you went to college,
you went,
like that. Congrats, like that's great. Now an associate's degree is like an advanced high school diploma,
right? Yeah,
like it's really nothing.
You graduated 13th grade. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now, like even a bachelor's now, it's like
I don't even know where mine is.
You don't?
It's somewhere behind you. I don't know where it is.
So, yeah,
I got it. I put it on that dresser, and it has just shifted around for years now, and it could be on the floor. I don't even know. I have never once needed it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, looking for jobs, they're all like a bachelor's degree. They don't care what
they don't care what it is.
It's just you have that piece of paper,
and they still don't give a shit. Like I have that. Apply to all sorts of those jobs. I haven't heard from any of them. Yeah. It's like it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
It doesn't separate you at all.
Right. It doesn't help, unless you're a doctor or something. Yeah. Like that's about it. But it's just so crazy. Like all jobs, unless I say this all the time, unless you're going for like a doctor, surgeon, like some kind of intensive like medical, whatever kind of thing, where you need extensive schooling and teaching for that. But if you're going for counseling or for like business or something, and you gain that experience on the job, like you're taught that as you go along, and you just learn from watching. You don't need to.
Yeah. Neither of my parents have degrees. Yeah, and they work like they're the heads of their department. Like they just have been doing it forever, and they
right, and that's how it is. Like you stay with a place for a while, you move up, you learn it on the job, and like that's it. Unless you're a fucking doctor or something. But like counseling, any kind of, I mean, I guess you do need a little bit for like psychiatric care and stuff like that. But like to be a counselor or something, I mean, people have been through their own shit. Like the only way is to just explain to people like, your experiences and how. Like learning from other people, like it's just learning from each other, not sitting in a classroom and just regurgitating all of that.
That's all it is. You're just memorizing stuff to throw up. That's what I used to do. Fucking the night before, I would just memorize whatever I need to memorize, and then I just go in and sometimes you get there and the first 3 questions like I've never even seen that before, and then you're like, well, I'm fucked. But you get through it. Right. Yeah.
But it's memorizing, and I cheated a lot when I was in college too. Like we would have take home. Like little quiz homework things or whatever, and I'd type the question into Google. Quizlet would come up. The whole test would be there, and I'd be like, "Oh, well, she's gonna copy stuff from online. I'm gonna copy stuff from online." Like, so like half of that stuff, I was like, I just didn't adapt. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't into learning. Like, I knew I needed to get A's. Right. The good grades. So I did what I had to do to get a good grade. I could bullshit a paper, say the same sentence for 3 paragraphs, and did what I had to do to get good grades, and like, okay, you graduated with a whatever, like, good for you. They don't care if you actually learned anything. They look at your numbers and your letters.
The number is the number. Yeah. So. I didn't even care about my grade. I was like, I'm in. We're good.
Yeah. Like, these good degrees.
Yeah. That's literally what it was. I was like, I don't care. Like, and I did okay, like B's or whatever throughout, but like, it was like I just rolled with it. It was weird. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't take it a slight bit seriously. I don't know why. I just like I got it. We're done. And I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Because I kind of wish I did.
I know, and like that's the thing. Like my 2-year degree, it was just a variety of different courses and everything. But like going back now, I've shifted my mentality, and now I viewed knowledge as power, and
right? You're older.
Want to learn.
This is when you should be going to school because you want to.
Yeah, you want to learn, and you're receptive of the information. When you're younger, you're just like, oh yeah, let's just memorize this, and let's go to the party after.
Right? Yeah,
like,
Like, that's all that mattered. It was like, I'm just going to get hammered and we're going to, let's go do something stupid. You know, that was all anyone gave a shit about.
Yeah, exactly. I was such a fucking...
No, don't ignore that. That's my computer.
Oh.
Just being loud.
I was such a pothead when I was in college. Like, every day, I just... morning, get up, smoke. Before I went to the cafe, I'd smoke. Before I did my homework, I'd smoke. Before I went to bed, go hotbox my car. Like, I was just like, you know what? Like, where my college was, it was just on the side of, like, a highway.
Yeah.
And, like, you're just on campus. If you didn't have a car, like, you're just stuck there.
Right, you're stuck there, yeah.
So,
you're done.
like, you just smoke pot. Go get some snacks. Like, that's all I did. And, write a paper for, 5 hours before my class really quickly. But, yeah, college is... biggest
I'm glad
scam
I'm not
in
the only
America.
delinquent at college.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Everybody is
Yeah.
in college.
It's I don't know, it was weird. It was fun. I really just enjoyed being there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really do. I really, really miss just having someone like just walking next door, like, hey, want to hang out? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't have class till whatever. You're like, all right, cool. Like, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
I did not think I would miss it as much until I left.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been like 3 years of just like, oh man, it's like nothing going on.
Me too. And I didn't appreciate that in college because I was, even though I did like to party, like in the beginning I did, but like it got to the point where people were just dumb about it,
Mm-hmm.
like I couldn't even be in my dorm room because people were screaming, like the
Oh.
hallway smelled like puke,
Right,
like it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
disgusting,
Gets out of hand. That
Yeah.
freshman year is intense.
It is, and like it turned me off from the whole thing, so like I wanted to go back home after my first year. But now looking back, I'm like, you know what, if I made more out of it and like, went to, people's doors and,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, I didn't really do that because I just didn't like the campus, I guess. But
Yeah, my freshman year, we didn't lock our door.
really,
Ever. So to the point we were sleeping, people would walk in.
oh my
They'd
God.
be like, oh, they're asleep. But like, we would never lock it. We always had it open and just let anyone come in. Sure, people abused that, and like, I had people come, like, they didn't steal it without me being there, but they would walk in and be like this kid was like, oh my God, you have like whatever comics I had, and he was like, oh my God, what kind of, and I was like, oh man, yeah, sure, take it, go ahead and read it. And I never saw him again. So stuff like that would happen. But for the most part, we never closed it. I still talk to him every day. We were talking before we got here. Like, me and a roommate got real close, and we got close to a bunch of other people, and that was just like a nice way to do it. And just,
That's nice,
so
yeah.
we didn't necessarily seek out people, but we let anyone in at any time, and then it was just cool. So like that was how we kind of got through it. And we're just like, we're gonna make it the most of it with everything. And
Right.
I got lucky being with someone cool and that I enjoyed being with, but
That's cool.
and
Yeah.
also agreed with me as opposed
Yeah.
to like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't lock the door. Like, we'd lock it when we left, but if anyone was in the room, it was never locked. So that was always nice. Like, I almost never had my key on me. I would just walk into the door and just be like, all right, we're in.
Right.
So
Yeah, that is nice. I'm glad my first year, my roommate was awesome.
that's cool.
So
You still talk to her?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
She's my best friend, Katie. So
Oh, she's the one in Connecticut, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was so funny too. We always talk about it. Like, we had to pick our roommates.
Mhm.
Like, it was like the day before we had to pick our roommates, and I'm like looking around. Everybody already had roommates. And I saw her on the Facebook like group thing. I was like, oh, she looks kind of fun. So like we messaged each other, and we were like, hey, like, I need a roommate. You want to be roommates? And she's like, yeah, sure, we could be roommates. And I was like, all right. And then we met, and like we were both really, really shy at first, which I was glad that we were both like shy, so we kind of like stuck together in
Right,
the
yeah.
beginning. Like, we got a dorm set up, and we were like, okay, like we were just like awkward, little little beings, and then we both like came out of our shell together, and we both like the same kind of stuff, and we're both very similar in personality, so it worked out really well, and it was meant to be that we
Right,
were
yeah,
last
yeah.
minute roommates like that. So we always talk about that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's, at least you get something out of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the best thing that happened while I was there. And I mean, it was funny because, like, coming from high school, like, I never really had, like, a best friend that was actually a friend, you
Right,
know?
yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, after our first year there, we were like, I was just blown away. I was like, holy shit, like, this is what a real friend is. Like, I was just, like, mind boggled by the whole concept. So it was really great.
Well, that's
But,
cool.
Yeah, definitely a good thing from there.
Yeah, it's definitely good you had that experience at least once.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, and like you too, like we talked about that, like especially somebody from work too.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I never
weird.
hang out
Yeah.
with people from work, and now like another best friend. So I was like, that's cool, and it's crazy too, because like if you change, as you change yourself and everything around you, like the different people start coming in, and
Yeah.
people that are more like-minded, and
Yeah,
it's
it's weird.
yeah, people that you're working on, for yourself, as a good person, those people start to come in as you let go of all your
Yeah.
bad habits
Yeah.
and bad relationships and everything.
That's
so.
what my mom just keeps saying to me. She's like, "You're like a different person since you started this other job." I'm like, "I don't know. Like, I definitely feel healthier, but like, I don't think I'm acting any differently." She's like, "It's just amazing that you made this. Like, I made a horrible call of like, fuck this job that makes a lot of money that I don't want to do. And I just left." And so, horrible decision. And was unemployed for like 2 months, but like, eventually, like the fact that it kind of played out well. Like it kind of worked out. I mean, I'm still broke as fuck, but like it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's been, I don't know, it's nice to know that there are possibilities that things can work out. And if you kind of just wait it out, it might play out.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I've learned this last like week, and I've known this before. Like, not to throw all my hippy dippy woo woo on you right now, but like, just trusting that everything happens for a reason, and when you let go of that like idea of control and like having to have the answer and whatnot, when you just let go and let things happen, even though you might like be financially struggling or you know, if we're fucking unemployed, like, you know, you have no source of income coming in and then like 5 bills coming in, like what the fuck do I do? So you just have to do your footwork of like what you need to do to get to your next step, but then also just let go of like, oh my god, I gotta pay my bills, you know, just like let go and just trust that everything will work out as it's supposed to. And when you do let go, because I've done it before and I know that it's possible, like everything just, it works out. Like it really does. Like if you just let go of, you know, trying to stress out and worry about everything, like everything just works out, and then you just feel so like like just so content, you know, you're not all frazzled all the time. And
I totally get that, because I've definitely been able to like just move, like, you know, whatever, and just accept whatever and move past stuff like that. But I don't know, there's so much going on in this head.
Same.
It's hard to just, and like it's weird because I can be very much in the moment. It's very easy for me to do that, but it's not. Like some small thing can trigger it, and like the last 2 nights, I have woken up just horribly sad. I go to bed super happy and just wake up like horribly depressed. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, and how do I stop this? And like I don't know why it just keeps happening. And I literally can't even figure out what would be like. So like it's almost like an Nightmare on Elm Street situation. Like something is like corrupting my dreams or something.
Yeah.
And I'm waking up like emotionally drained and very upset.
Holy shit! What do you eat anything before you go to bed?
No. I literally go to bed like fucking super happy.
So happy.
Yeah,
and just wake
like,
up.
And I can just wake up and I'm like, oh man.
Maybe sleep in a different spot. Don't sleep in your bed. Sleep like on the couch or something, and see if that makes a difference.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. That's a good.
Maybe it's your bed. Because like I know sometimes like my bed, I've had it for so long, it just kind of like comes into the middle in like a V, and I find myself like just stuck in the middle of my bed sometimes, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why do I keep sleeping like this? I need to sleep somewhere else. So maybe that will help, or sleep at the sleep with your head up there, sleep with your head down there or something. Try it out.
That's actually not a bad idea though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it was. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like some of the dreams I have like vague memories of, and like they're not, all of my dreams are super mundane.
Yeah.
It's like, actually help me clear this up. Did you actually say this? When we were out once, I just remember you saying, I'm just going to say this, sometimes you just got to pick your nose. Did you actually say that? Or did I dream that?
I probably did say that, because that's something I would say. Like,
because my dreams are that mundane where I'm like, I don't know if this actually happened. And so I was thinking a couple days ago, I'm like, did that really happen, or did I just make that up?
I feel like I said that when we were out at the bar.
We're at a bar, yeah.
I was like, sometimes you just, I definitely said that. Sometimes you just got to pick your nose, because you do. Sometimes, you know.
I was shocked by my response. I, like, not even thinking about it, just go, yeah. And I was like, wait, what is happening? And that's the part where I'm like, I don't know if this is really not. Like, that's why I feel like I made this up.
No, that definitely happened.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have to, you know, like, especially in the wintertime, shit gets dry.
What are you gonna do?
You just gotta do it.
But like, so I have that all the time where I have a dream of just like a conversation I'm having with someone, or like I'm just in a car with someone, and then, but that's all I can remember. I don't really, like, sometimes details will slip through, but I don't always know what's going on. So I don't know. I don't know why I keep waking up so sad.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't remember my dreams, so I really have no idea about that. But.
Well, yeah, that's because you enjoy.
Yeah, probably.
That's what they say. If you stop that like first night, like that you're done, you'll have like crazy dreams.
Really?
Yeah, if you stop
I've
smoking weed for a while, it's
I've
like it's
stopped,
crazy.
But
Have you ever had dreams?
oh yeah,
Okay,
and like
yeah.
when I do, they're vivid, and
Yeah.
usually they're like nightmarish, which is weird.
That is a little weird.
Yeah, but I remember like when I was little, I would have recurring dreams all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always really frightening recurring dream that happened every time. And like that happened for like months. I remember so long, like I would have it not every night, but like definitely a couple nights a week, like I would have this same dream. And that's like all I remember for a really long time. And then I just like didn't dream for a while. It just like one time just stopped. And then I just like didn't dream for like years, probably like 2 or 3 years. And then, you know, sporadically I would have like a couple here and there that I would remember. But like people I talk to, they're like every morning like, oh yeah, like my dreams last night. And you know, every night they remember, like they have like 5 dreams. I'm like, oh well, I didn't have any, I don't think. So I'm like but yeah, I mean, dreams are so cool though. Like I know people who can make themselves dreams, like lucid dreaming.
Yeah, I would love to learn how to lucid dream. I think that'd be super fun.
Yeah, I've dabbled with it, but it's complicated.
Yeah, there's like a lot of steps.
Yeah.
And a lot of things to do, like prep work.
Yeah, it's the prep work. And like, I mean, there's like astral projection, and then there's lucid dreaming. And I'm still not really sure what the difference is between them. Like lucid dreaming is you're dreaming and can control it.
Yeah, right.
And then astral projecting is you leave your body and you can like float above it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've
see
heard of
your
that.
body
Yes.
and like go wherever in the world.
Right. Okay.
So.
Right, they're both technically dreams still. Like,
yeah. So it's like a weird thing, but I don't know. Like lucid dreaming, they say just lay on your back with your arms out and resist all urges of itching or like
because your body will fall asleep, but you're still awake.
But you're still awake.
So you kind of put yourself in sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh, not really. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why like I get nervous, and then usually as I'm trying to do that, I fall asleep. Like trying to not move
just
your
really
body.
fall asleep.
Yeah. So then I'm just like, I wake up. I'm like, oh fuck, I fell asleep. Like, that didn't work. But some people, they can, like my one friend in high school, he would do it all the time, and he would put himself in sleep paralysis and then freak out like every time he did it. But
why would you do that to yourself?
I know, right? But he liked being able to control his dreams and stuff, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like to dabble with it again.
When was the last time you tried?
Probably like a year or 2 ago.
Oh, okay. So you got time.
Yeah.
You can keep going.
Yeah, I can keep going. I gotta get my meditation down first. That was when I was all zenned out and could really like calm.
You meditating frequently now? Not you're unemployed? Doing yoga full time?
See, and that's the thing. I really should be, and I'm not. That's where I'm at right now. Like my actions are not aligning with everything
your
that
desires.
I want to do. Yeah. So I'm working through that, I guess.
That's good. Unless you're working on it. Unless you know what you need to, what you have to fix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I just got to do it. It's just the hard part.
Yeah.
I can say all these things that I need to do, but actually doing them is another. So.
It's weird because it's painless to just do the thing.
Yeah, it is painless.
It's
and
super
that's
easy,
why.
but I have the same problem. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. And then it just can solve itself by you doing it. It's like not that hard.
Exactly.
It's weird.
And, like once you do something, like you feel so good. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like, yeah, I cleaned my room. Like, oh my God, now I want to do more stuff.
Right, yeah.
But, just like, it's just cleaning your room.
Right,
like,
yeah, it's
bitch,
nothing.
get up
Yeah.
and fucking clean your room. Like,
Yeah, when you're like, oh, I'll come over. And I was like, oh, I should vacuum. I was like, oh, okay, sure. And I finally did it. I've been having to do that for fucking days now. I'm like, why do I need an excuse to do it? Why do I have to trick myself into taking care of this fucking problem that has been here for like literally days now?
That's great. Yeah, we do it to ourselves all the time. Unnecessary battles with ourselves.
Yeah, right. I just don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's weird that we are like so. It's like not a rare thing. Most people's worst enemies is clearly themselves. Like they're the one that causes most of the problem. And like I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah,
like I mean, like catching myself with tendencies of like my self-sabotage habits I've had in the past. I'm like, you're not doing this right now. Like, that never worked out. It just makes you more unhappy. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. But it's the easy way to do it. Whatever.
Exactly what you're used to. Uncomfortable. Yeah, it's getting uncomfortable with yourself.
Yeah,
that's the hard part, and watching yourself change. And I read a thing earlier today. It was saying that you're not becoming somebody new, but you're realizing what's already been there this whole time. So it's like letting that inner thing come out.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, you're not changing, you know, everything. You're not changing who you are. Oh my God, now I want to go into a tangent. All right, I'm going to go off right now.
Go right ahead.
So this past Sunday we had an anatomy class for yoga, and anatomy can be a dry subject for a lot of people. Yeah. So we had this woman come in. Her name is Preeti, and she's a physical therapist, and she's also a yoga teacher. And she brought life to anatomy. Like, she made it so interesting, and like from a whole different perspective, like looking at it as like the miraculous like beauty of life. And she started off with the cell, and she was talking about how like from the beginning everything is already there. Like once you're developed and you have like your DNA, that DNA is there your whole life. Everything that you're ever going to do, everything you're ever going to be, everything you're ever going to look like, everything you're going to think about is all there in the DNA.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And like when she said that, I was like, holy fucking shit. Like everything that you could ever want, everything that you're ever going to be is all in there.
Yeah.
Like before we even know it, like everything is unraveling. So I like the whole purpose of life, you know, like just is unraveling, and you're not changing, you're just growing,
right.
You know, and
you're learning and adjusting a habit or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it gets controlling everything, and I mean controlling and not controlling. But like when she said it like that, I was like, holy shit, like it's just crazy that, you know, everything is there all the time.
All the time, always.
Yeah.
It's definitely nice to know, because you're like, oh, there's something I didn't know I could do that's, you know, just buried in there. I'm not letting it.
Yeah, exactly. You're
happen.
not letting it come out.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I kind of wish I was more like someone who cares about some kind of higher power spiritual thing, but I just don't. I don't know why. Because everyone who does it seems real happy and they seem to enjoy it. So.
Yeah, and like I was thinking about that. That's so funny you say that. 'Cause like I was thinking about that. I'm like, you know what? I used to like make fun of people that were super like religious or oh, God is, you know, blah, 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 or whatever. And like in a way, like we use the term, I was saying we, like I belong to like this thing, but I don't. It's just like people that think this way, I guess. I mean, like when I say like God, I'm not using it as like, oh, the guy up there in like the robe and the long beard, you know, like I'm just using it as like a vast term for like the universe and just everything that we are. And I guess it's hard, like watching your face, like I know that it's when I try to explain it to people.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's it's just that shift in your mind. Like once you experience like meditation and stuff, when you experience like with psychedelics too, like the first time I ever tripped, it was that ego loss, that pure bliss state, which is where we all came from. We all came from the pure bliss, and that's what she was saying in the class too. She was saying, you know, the whole time our cells are carrying out these functions. They all know to be cardiac cells. They all know to you know, everything can differentiate,
do something else.
Yeah. So you know, everything has its way of going about, and fuck, I hate when I lose my train of thought.
Cells knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, cells knowing what they're doing. I forget what I was saying before that.
The coming from bliss.
Oh yeah, the state of like pure bliss, and you know, we're conditioned and like have all these layers put on top of us of you know, things that we have to do, things that we're supposed to be, things that we're supposed to do and not do. And once you can meditate and trip or whatever gets you to that point, back to where we started from, where we should be all the time, is that blissful contentment of just not connecting with anything, you know, not in a bad way that you're not connecting, you know, but just letting go and just being at that
makes sense.
where you were, you know,
because I mean, not like because I don't know if I think that's what it is. I don't care what other people think of me, but I care that people want to ask me. So like I get nervous, like I need an answer. But like I was talking when I went to the interview I did. Like we were talking about like the podcast, or whatever, and the guy he was like talking about how he doesn't he's like a painter and illustrator, and he's like, I don't mention that for like when people ask me, and his wife's always like, oh, why don't you say that? Like, oh yeah, I guess I do that, and I never bring this up. Like you found this without me even telling you, I think.
Yeah.
Like I don't bring this up. Like, I don't think to mention it, or even like it's just a thing I do. But like I had to kind of like go to that point of zero to get there,
Right.
Because I was so concerned with just like, oh well, this and that or whatever nonsense was going through my head at that time. It just kind of popped up like, oh, but this and this is the reason you can't do it, and this is the reason you can't do it, and this is the reason, and then like eventually just coming back to that 0 point and then going up, being able to like, no, I guess I can just like, there's no one saying no,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like,
Exactly.
as long as it's for you, then you should do it. And I was like, all right, sure. And so then it just became a thing, but it's so much a thing that I don't even think about it.
Right.
I'm just like, oh wait, it's
Just
Sunday,
a
I should probably
normal
record
thing.
that, or like, you know that I have compile a bunch of things I just want to talk about or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna just jump into this and do that or whatever. And it's like, it's weird. I don't know.
That's cool though that you have that release of everything that.
But I don't even think it's cool. Like that's how like so disconnected I am from it. I'm just like, oh, it's a thing I do. It's not even like it's like going to the bathroom. It's not something you brag about. It's just something that exists. Like,
right.
And so like, I don't even think it's cool to like bring up, and like I don't even like from an outside perspective. Like someone had told me like put it on my resume, and I was like, what, really? And they're like, yes, you started something by yourself. Do it. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense. But like, because it doesn't even seem like a cooler thing like that. It was like I spent $300 to buy mics and I turned on record. Like I don't know what you want from me. Like, you know, it's I don't know, it's weird.
But yeah, that's. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's hard because you'd say it's normal for you, but like.
No, I mean, honestly, it's not normal for most people to even.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I get if someone's like, "That's kind of neat, you do that." And I when see people say that, I'm like, "Oh, that's nice to know that I'm making some kind of an impact." But like, it's not like a thing I even. It's just not a thing I like consciously. Like I consciously do it, but I don't like really think to do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I want to do with YouTube too. I want it to just.
Yeah,
be
I want to try to figure out. I don't know. Honestly, I can't figure out how to get back to that 0 point deep enough where I can go and add more to it. Because I also want to do something with YouTube with that.
Yeah.
Where it's like I need to like somehow rewire myself again, but I can't seem to hit that 0 point again. I got to figure out how to get back down there.
right.
To then kind of be able to like basically just start my course again, because I have pieces that could maybe make it, but I need to break that down, start over. I now have a better plan, so I just need to figure that out. But yeah, same thing. Just like I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But I think you'd be really good at it.
I feel like, and it's actually funny that we're doing this because I pulled my camera out yesterday or one of these last couple of days.
A whole blur.
Yeah,
you have nowhere to be. It
was like a whole blur. Like it's Monday or Friday every day.
My mom yesterday was trying to set up because we're gonna go shopping tomorrow, and she was like, "Oh, well, do you want to do blah blah?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure my week is gonna be." And she goes, "Oh, actually, you know what? Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll just meet Friday." I was like, "Tomorrow's Thursday."
Oh, the whole week's gone by.
Okay. Great. Good to know.
I love it. Man, unemployment is great. Speaking of unemployment, I figured out the website. Yeah,
good.
so I can show you.
We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Your camera.
Yes, so I pulled out my camera and I was like, I had all this stuff on my mind and I had finally let it out. I was like talking to my grandma. She like walked in my house. I was like, oh, hey, Grandma, I got to spill all this right now. Like just threw up all over her. But then she left and then I like pulled out my camera and I was just like really, like I haven't touched it in a super long time. I just like felt an inclination to just grab it and just start talking to it. And I was like.
Were you recording too?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
that's cool.
recording. So I was just like talking to it and I was just, like. And then I just like broke down while I was doing it. I was like, this is going to be such a real channel and I want you guys to see me like at my truest point. Like I was crying, but it was like tears of joy and then tears of, it wasn't anything like a mess, but like I was just emotional.
Right.
And I just captured all of it. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm actually going to keep this footage because I want my channel to be that raw like footage.
Yeah, even if you don't use it, to have it for yourself to look back on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to compile like all of this stuff and I want to learn more about editing and stuff because I want to take that, even though it's not going to be perfect. And I've come to that point where I don't need to have this idea of perfection. Yeah.
It's actually pretty easy.
Yeah. I have like a basic understanding. I use Final Cut Pro. So I have like, I know how to put stuff together in music and like transitions and stuff, but just trying to come up with something that's, I want it to be creative, but I don't want it to be like everybody else's
Right, that makes sense.
stuff. And I'm trying to figure out what that element is that's going to be different
Right.
from everybody else. So I'm working with that creativity.
And that's hard. That's going to take a while. Because that's always something I struggle with, where I'm like, oh, I want to do this thing. And then, like, the name for the show, I was like, I need a name for the show. I was like, why isn't it coming to me? And I was, like, upset. And I was like, what's going on? And then, like, 2 weeks later, I was like, oh, okay. And then I drew the logo and stuff like that from there. But, like, it took a while for me to even just have the idea that kind of, like, went from there. But I was something I was expecting, like, oh, this is something that I don't even have to, like, plan ahead. I just need to sit down and be like, it's this, and I'm moving forward. Nope, it took, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, you got to just let shit come to you.
Yeah.
Yep, stop trying to control. Yeah.
Your arch enemy control.
It is, it really is. We're becoming friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I like want to get into YouTube and stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, because there's this one girl I watched, and I watched her video today, and she got really raw on her channel, and I was like, and it's really interesting that I found her because I feel like she's like me, but she's like the West Coast side of me. Like,
Okay.
she's the same age. She's a Scorpio. We look pretty much the same. We have like dark features. She's into like 70s, like classic rock. Like she's just like she's like hippie dippy kind of thing. And I was like, wow, I feel like I am this girl, but she's like over there. So her channel is different. Like it's her vibe, but it's still like creative and cool.
Yeah. What does she do?
She does videos on mostly like travel. She travels a lot.
That's
so
cool.
she did like the van life in New Zealand.
Oh wow, okay.
And while she was traveling, she met her boyfriend from Scotland. So they did like road trips all on the west coast of the US. He came to visit and stuff. And her channel started out like with veganism and stuff, but then as it progressed, it got into like travel and stuff like that. So she and her boyfriend's like a photographer, so they do like the photography and video. So she's really fun to watch, and she's got like a Scorpio personality, so I appreciate it. But
what does that mean?
She's just like it's just hard because she's just like me. It's like she's like awkward. And she's like mysterious in a way. Like I don't know. Like I've watched her for so long. I've watched when her channel was like, and she did a video about this today. She was talking about how herself now is like, she's not trying to act. Like her old videos, she was trying to, like, this persona just came out. Like, when you are in front of the camera, like
you're not you.
You're not you. Yeah. So now she's become more herself, and like I've watched that transition. So now it's just really cool to see that.
Well, awkward, mysterious, that wraps you up perfectly.
Yeah, like like awkward, mysterious, and she's just
I get that. Yeah, that's kind of cool though.
Like she's more into like the creative side of her videos more so than like having.
And what do you mean by that?
So much.
So she's like just editing a lot throughout the video.
Yeah, like the editing that she does, and she just gets like really good shots of stuff. Like she's just in really cool locations, which help
make it cool.
Yeah, and it's just like simple cuts. Like it's not anything like so dramatic and like slidey, and, like that. But she'll just get like she was in the kitchen and she was like her pouring water, her putting the tea bag in, like short little things, and then it was just like her face really close, and she was like talking and drinking tea and like having a conversation with you. So it was cool, but
that does sound cool.
Yeah,
I would love to do like a travel thing like that. It sounds fun.
Yeah, I'll have to show you some of her videos.
It's funny you say that too, because there's a guy I have found recently who I also am like, oh, it's just me in South Dakota.
Yeah.
He's just a really tall dude, horrible skin, talks about video games. Just total weirdo. I'm like, oh, I like this guy a lot. He's a few years younger than me, but like I feel I very much relate to him. I'm just like, oh man, I've been listening to his music non-fucking stop.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't stop. It's so good. It's so amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's like, and yeah, so he has like a rap thing that he does on the side, but he does a lot of these videos that are just ridiculous. And they're mostly about video games, but like he does one like just different things. Like he has like two that I fucking love. One about heartbreak, and then one about asking people out, and both are hilarious and very emotional. And like I love it so much. It's just
great.
Really good.
Yeah, so it's nice when you find that's somebody that you connect with like that.
Yeah.
But then I also kind of like envy her in a way because I'm like, why aren't I the one that's like creating and doing that stuff, you know?
Well, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, he can do that. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but you don't want to be that person either. So it's like, finding that. Yeah.
Balance your own, keeping yourself, but.
Yeah, that's what I had with Nirvana the band, the show. I'm like, everything they're doing is amazing. But if I wanted to do this too, I'd just be copying them. So how do I get this emotion in someone else, but do something different?
Right.
So it's like trying to figure that out, and that's hard. Mm-hmm. And then it gets even worse because you're like, hey, I need this other person to do this thing. Would you like to? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then they don't.
And they're not doing it.
Fuck.
Right.
I don't want to do this by myself. I guess I have to. And it's just like, so.
Yeah, but then some of it, like, you just can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you need that other person.
Yeah, you have some idea that needs another person. That, like, I need this, like, I have with my brother a lot. I'm like, I need you. And he's like, well, okay. And then nothing happens. Like,
yeah.
All right.
Screw you then.
Yeah.
You're not in on this brilliant idea.
Guess I have to figure out how to do this by myself. Yeah, so.
I know. I need, like, 6 cameras and a bunch of tripods, and I need to just, like, set stuff up all over to get different shots, but.
I think we'll be good at it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I just gotta
do it.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. I was just telling a friend of mine the same thing. He was like, because I've been just streaming Kingdom Hearts because I like it, and I'm just going to do it. I don't care who's watching. That's, I'm already going to play it. Might as well try to make money.
Right.
Whatever. And my one friend was like, oh, I would love to do that for StarCraft, but I just get better. I'm like, fucking just start. Like, you getting better can be the reason people want to watch you. People can just like you. They don't have to give a shit that you're bad at this game. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just do it. And he was like comparing it to this other guy. I'm like, didn't that guy only get to platinum, which is like the middle rating? I'm like, he wasn't even good. He just had a passion for the game. People like clicked to him. Like, he wasn't a good player. He wasn't a pro. He wasn't a Korean. People just liked him,
right?
Because he was entertaining and he was fun. Like, you can do that too. Like, there's not like, I like you. Why would someone else not? Same, same type of thing. It's like,
exactly.
I wouldn't talk to you if I didn't like you.
Yeah, right.
So like, clearly other people must like you as well. You just got to find that crowd.
People, yeah.
And you only need like 1,000 people, they say.
Oh.
It's like 1,000 super fans or whatever. I forget what paper I read that in, or some psych thing. But it's like 1,000 people will just follow you to End of the Earth. And like, now more so than ever, it's more relevant because like a Patreon, if you have 1,000 people paying you $1, it's $1,000 you didn't have.
Right.
But they're willing to do that. It's crazy. Like, you can buying a shirt is $20.
Right.
Fucking 5 people buy that, and you're already making more money than you would if you never made the shirt. It's like, there's no reason not to have these smaller things that you might think are like, oh, that's for a bigger person. It's like a bigger channel does that, but. And I had,
do it too.
But if you do it too, it's like, even if it's like $5, that's $5 you didn't have. It's now in your, now you have it, which I should probably do for this show on a Patreon, just because I should. But
do you have a Patreon?
I don't.
For the show? You should.
I should, exactly. I just preach this shit. I don't do anything. I've told other people to do them, and they've set theirs up, and I've never done it. It's ridiculous.
Oh man. That's a quote from Alice in Wonderland. I give myself very good advice, but I never follow it.
Oh yeah, I love Alice in Wonderland.
Me too. That's my favorite.
I love it so much.
That's my favorite movie, actually.
That one?
Besides Batman is my second. Dark Knight.
So you really do like the movie?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I just like the concept
of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, the concept of it is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, all of it is so weird. Do you remember this show? You're a little younger than me, so you might not, because I barely remember it. And it was, I don't remember, I always want to say it's called Alice Through the Looking Glass, but I looked it up and it wasn't. I can't remember what it's called. And it was basically like, it was Alice, was still in our world, and she would go home, and she had a big standing mirror, and then she would walk through that and enter Wonderland.
Oh, I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I've seen something about that. Yeah.
It blew my mind as a child. Just like, oh, there's a door to a cooler place in my room. Like that. I've been obsessed with like the concept of like, there's a, basically like going to another world. There's it's really popular in Japan right now. It's called isekai, where it's like you go to another world, and like it's gotten watered down where it's like in another world with a cell phone. So you're like in a fantasy world with a cell phone. Like they're running out of ideas of how to make this thing, but it's super popular, so everyone's just trying to make this thing. But I've always been like obsessed with this idea of like something just shows up, like a Hagrid shows up, and you go to this cool fantasy thing, or this alien shows up and you're in space now. Like something happens that, like, and it's just wishing something else changed your life than you changing your life. But I don't know, I've always been so fascinated by it, and just like this, you accidentally fall into a different world and do a different thing, and that's like, and that's why I think I also really like going to other people's like niche thing and watching it happen. You're like, oh, you're really into this. Like, I'm in a different world now. This is so cool. Like,
right.
And I don't know, it's fascinating.
That is. That concept of escaping your reality to another one is definitely exciting.
It's not even like I hate this reality. I think it's more exciting. That's all it is. It's just exciting to know that I could go somewhere else.
Right.
It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely... Yeah. That would be so awesome. Like, Narnia.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, just like this other place.
Yep.
But the first time I ever saw it was Alice in Wonderland. I'm always like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And I like it when they make it kind of creepy and weird. I think it's always fun.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I like the creepy weird.
Because it is kind of inherently weird and creepy. So it's cool when people try to do it again and like make it weird, or just even subtle small things. They're just like, Alice is a really creepy child. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, she was definitely a wallflower.
Yeah. Which I do need to see Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, so good.
I still need to see that. I think it's on Amazon now or something.
Oh, really?
I think. It's on something where I could get to it, and I just haven't gotten to it. I said chose to watch She's Out of My League, which is fucking horrible. Why did I could watch anything on Netflix. I was
She's Out of My League? Oh my god. Did that come out a long time ago?
2000.
Wow, really?
2002.
Wow.
It's fucking Jay, the kid from How to Train Your Dragon, and all those like Seth Rogen movies. The skinny, nerdy looking one.
Yeah.
And then some hot chick. I don't even know what her name is. I've recognized her, and I looked her up. I've never seen anything she was in, so I don't know if she like interviews people or something. But she's like a 10, and he's like a 5, and then she likes him, and that's the movie. But like, it's so stupid. And like he's like everyone around him is like a cartoon character, like. The pretty girl likes the nerd? What? And she's like, oh, I do. Blah, blah. And like, there's just a bunch of stupid jokes. The movie got halfway through, and I was like, oh, it's done. Like, it's going to end soon. And it was the fucking 45 more minutes.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And then it does the ultimate message, which is nice, is you should really just love yourself and trust that you can get... You're not less than someone because someone cool and better than you, or you perceive better than you likes you. That's not
right.
So the message is nice. It doesn't need an hour and a half to get there.
Right. Yeah. It definitely doesn't need to take that long.
But I watched the whole thing as opposed to watching anything intelligent or fun.
That's a switch I've been trying to make. Instead of like music for me hasn't been the same feeling. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to listen to more podcasts to educational things instead of just mindlessly listening to music.
I go in spurts where I'm obsessed with a thing, and then I just deal with that for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Where
it's like I'll just care about one thing, and so like it does help because occasionally like I'll be with someone that is really into a certain something, and I might have like a background in it where I'm like, oh, I know of this. I don't know everything, but 3 years ago I knew everything, but I kind whatever. Like, when we were going to the EDM show, I'm like, I know some of these people. Like, I'm familiar with this because I've fallen down this rabbit hole once before. I'm not in it currently, so I don't know everything. But some of these names and things you guys are, even you and Simone were talking, like, I know what's going on. Like, I'm not, it was kind of weird. Be like, oh, okay. I did the same thing with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I just talked about metal. I haven't really given a shit about metal. I actually found one of the older bands. Like, I always enjoy it. I will always like it, and it'll always be a part of me. But, like, I haven't listened to it in a long time. And I, like, went back and actually last night listened to Mayhem, which is, like, this Norwegian black metal band. In high school, I was like, these guys are so cool. They're fucking freaky. It's really uncomfortable. Don't like it. And like the song started, I'm like, well, this is way slower than I remember it. Like, this is almost boring. Like, this is just like a bunch of fucking assholes making noise. Like, this is horrible. I stopped it midway through the song. I'm like, because like the song title was like, this is the one I used to listen to in high school. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is so dumb. Like,
it's crazy how your taste changes.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, it's so weird. And like, it's weird too, because like there are people who say like your taste is when you're like whatever, you're 14, you have that taste forever. And it's like, no, I haven't come close to that. Like, I'm all over the fucking place.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like, I fucking find out, like, some band I knew in fucking freshman year of college putting out a new album this year. I'm like, that's all I care about now. I'm going to listen to this all the time. I forgot I love these guys. This is amazing. I'm just going to do this all day, you know? Or whatever. Some movie comes out and I just watch everything from someone. I don't know. I just have too many interests that I can't seem to nail down any one thing.
Yes, that's what I'm struggling with.
But I don't think it's a struggle anymore. I think I like it.
Okay.
I think this helped me like it because I can do anything on here. And that's nice. So I can talk about anything regardless of what it is, and just I can be into what I want to be into, and it kind of helps in a weird way. Because for a while it does feel like you're wasting time. You're not like specializing anything. You're just kind of bumping around doing nothing. But if you can like kind of figure out a way to like control it, not to bring that back.
The control of the topic.
But you kind of just like can put it under control and funnel it into something. You can funnel that scattered brain, like obsession personality.
Yes.
That we seem to both have.
Yes,
you can put that into something more helpful in some kind of beneficial way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that is what needs to happen, and I feel like some kind of platform like this is a good way to put everything together. And
I can show you how to do this too. This is very easy.
Yeah, this is something that I would definitely be interested in as well. Just because sometimes I'd just rather not show my face and just have my voice. Which is funny because I keep saying it's funny and I'm relating to everything this whole week, but the whole start of the trouble for my week, my troubles, troubles plural, was finding my voice. Like,
you keep saying that. I feel like you have a great voice. Like you don't mumble. You don't like. You say you do, but I've never heard you do that.
But like,
I guess I'm not you.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just my own weird head. But just I don't know. Not even so much my speaking, but my voice, as in being decisive and making a decision and sticking up for myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not backing down on what I believe in. Yeah, things like that.
Okay.
And
how did that manifest into troubles?
Just like because I was having a hard time with like my yoga stuff. I was like, damn, like this is so much to learn, and I was like getting frustrated because I felt like I was behind, and I was just like couldn't make a decision on anything. Having all of these things that I love, I'm like, what the fuck do I want to do and bring this all together?
Right.
Just like, believing so hardly about one thing and then letting other people knock you away from what you believe in and make you feel like stupid or that you shouldn't be doing that or whatever it is. So finding my voice and standing up for what I believe in. Like, oh, you think I'm being stupid? Well, fuck you. Like, what does your opinion have anything to do with me right now?
Right.
So just in that aspect of voice, I feel like I'm coming into my physical voice more. Like in my speaking, I'm feeling more comfortable and like I can,
I mean, you're here. That's pretty. You asked to be here. Like,
I know.
That's impressive.
I wanted to do this. I felt like this was going to be very helpful and
So,
tone my week down a little bit, bring everything together.
Clearly, it's all funneling to this.
Yeah. I appreciate you letting me come on to your podcast.
Oh, anyone wants to come on. Fucking let's go.
Yeah.
I got content I gotta fill.
We got a quota.
I gotta go.
Yeah, it's just cool. It's fun.
No, I'm glad you came on.
Yeah.
We haven't hung out in a while.
I know. And I know. I wish we were, but I get to that point where I'm like, I don't know, I bottle shit up and then I just close people off and I just don't let everything out that I'm feeling, and then
It's hard.
Yeah, it's
hard.
And I know the whole time that I'm like this. Just fucking let it out. You're gonna feel so great.
Oh yeah, you're fully aware.
Yeah,
you're sitting here just rolling it. You're like,
no, bitch, keep that bottled up. Keep it inside.
Keep that shit bottled up. Eventually, it just goes away.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. That's been my mentality for 25 years.
Yeah.
And only recently have I been like, let me just do what I would like, what I feel like I want and like I need, and say how I feel about things.
Exactly. Find your voice.
Yeah. Because like for love, it's just like, oh, just bottle this shit up, just push it down, just gone. That's just gonna go away for And like recently I had something where like I was just like, I'm just gonna bottle this down, and I could feel it going away, and I was like, you have to say it now. Like you're about to not give a shit about this anymore, and you do care about this, and it means a lot to you, but you just got to take care of it, and just like,
right.
Regardless of what's happening or what the result is, you just need to take that step just to make yourself feel better in the long run. It might, whatever, however it's gonna play out, but just do it because it fucking sucks. And but it's just when you do it so long, it becomes that habit of just like, just put it down, it's done, get it away. And
it's so unhealthy to do that. My teacher was talking about that the other day, because relating to like your emotional body, when you do suppress stuff like that, it's energy that you're suppressing, and it gets held. And she was teaching a class, she said, and it was like a hip opener class, and your hip is a major joint, and you store a lot of emotions and things in your hips, shoulders. Those are like your main. And this lady was teaching, I guess, and the lady was doing some kind of hip opening pose, and she's like, oh my god. The teacher's like, what? She's like, are you okay? She's like, She had like a weird memory of her mom pop up
weird.
that like she hadn't thought about in a super long time that she wasn't even aware that she remembered.
That's
and
nuts.
then she's like, my mom just came out of my hip. And that's been happening. That happened to me the other day. I can't even remember what I was thinking about. It was about my dad. Like growing up, he has Crohn's disease, and growing up, it was like kept a secret from my brother and I. Like he had the bag, and like it was like a secret. Like he didn't ever want us to see it, and like I didn't even know until I was like 13 that he even like had this. Like he never went swimming, and he was always just like, he just doesn't want to go swimming.
Right, yeah.
And then finally, like, we were told, like, this whole time, and it's not even a big deal because it doesn't affect me in any way, but the fact that it was kept a secret
is fucking weird.
And I didn't realize that had, like, irritated me like that, and affected me in that way. And as I was doing yoga the other day, that, like, popped up for me, like, randomly, like, why am I thinking about that? Like, I haven't thought about that in forever. And it popped out of just that, and I was like, oh, I guess that really did bother me for a while, because like I was old enough to understand. By the time I found out, I'm like, why would you hold that from me? Why would you keep that from me? Like matter. That doesn't make any So I felt like not betrayed, but just like a weird emotion.
I get what you're saying, yeah. Because like my mom had kept a lot of stuff that my dad had been doing, and stuff that between them just secret until I was 23. I find all this stuff and just like,
and that's hard.
Why would you hold this away from me for this long? Because it's like major, I'm not gonna say it here because it's borderline crimes, but like, you know, it's stuff that's like major things that we should have dealt with as a family, and she was like, all just burden all of it by myself. And it's like, I'm 23, I could have handled this, but helped you with this when I was 18. We could have, like, you know, why did you're only letting this fall, like, come out now because it's falling apart. The thing the false facade you're trying to hold up broke, and now you're trying to explain why the pieces are all over the place. It's like, just why would you have done, like, the result wouldn't be happening if we just took care of it earlier, like,
in a healthy way.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling this last time you were over here, like the only time we had like a family talk was like a couple of years ago, right around this time when all this information was coming out, and like it was really good, but I was the one who like demanded. I'm the only one who's like, fucking, we're all sitting down and dealing with this now,
right?
Because for me, I just got a lot of shit to say. I got a lot of cunts and fuck to throw out. I gotta make sure the people are here to take the target gets hit. But like, yeah, it was, and so yeah, it was emotional, and everyone fucking got crazy and whatever, but I think it was better. I think it more like, you know, stuff going off the table initially, just like
it is, because like sometimes it's easy to feel like you're the only one in a family situation. You know, I mean, I feel like everybody's family is kind of like a little crazy, you know. Yeah. But you sometimes feel like you're the only one in the family that's like holding all this shit in.
Right. Yeah.
But then everybody is, and once that comes out, like it makes everything so much better. I wish people understood that and did that, and I feel like in my family that's something that needs to happen, because it hasn't happened in a really long time. Last time we went to family therapy, it was a nightmare. But I mean,
it's always gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, there was no moderator for this conversation we had. There was just a lot going on. A lot of people feeling a lot of things and saying a lot of mean things to each other. But I don't know. I mean, that's how I feel like I can handle a lot of things, like, and maybe it is, I'm just insane or whatever, but like, I don't mind someone just being like, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit, whatever. Like, that's fine. I don't like, and if I said that to someone, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd be saying it because it's just like, that's like, that's just what I'm just burning a lot of like quick emotion, but I don't actually care. I'm like if I was like, go fucking die, I don't actually mean that. I'm just feeling a lot. It's gone now. It's done. Like the fuse is gone. Like it's over. And so like for me, that doesn't actually, like, if someone said something, I wouldn't even. It's not going to linger with me unless it's like directly like you personally. It's like more. It's more like controlled. Yeah. It's not like a shouting anger thing. It's like a more controlled, like, hey, you're an absolute piece of shit. That would probably affect me more than if you like shouted at me. Yeah. Because I understand what that is, and that might just be me not knowing how emotions work, but but that's just kind of how. And so like my college friends and that, we'd, you know, someone would walk in the house and be like, hey, you want to do this? And like, fuck no, go fucking die, you piece of shit. And it's like, but like,
it's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke, and we understand, like, we might actually feel that they might like have pulled a prank, like, you fucking piece of garbage, you absolute asshole, and we're, you know, you're emotional for a second, but we don't care. We're back, you know, I'm gonna walk out the room, wash my face, and come back. We're, you know, taking care of it. Or even I'll tell you you're a piece of garbage, and then sit in the mess you just made. Like, we're just gonna have to deal with this in a future situation. But I don't have that with a lot of other people. So sometimes when I hang out with them for a long time and then come back, it can sometimes be very dramatic, and some things I'll be like, like when we were talking in that text group or something, but Andrew was like, hey, can you guys blow my phone up? I'm at a funeral.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah.
I stopped answering right away. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I was like, later, I was like, oh, whatever. I'm sorry, dude. And he's like, I'm fucking kidding you, pussy. And then I got to finally use this GIF I've been saving where it's like, I want you to fucking die.
Yeah.
Because then everyone knows I don't actually, this is something I can actually use, and people aren't going to be like, it'd be like, oh my god, he's such an asshole. Why would he think this? Because it's like,
right.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah. So it's a lot easier, but that's just generally how I like to handle things. So, but I don't think it works for everyone because not a lot of people want to sit down that night and hear a lot of shit, and a lot of shit got said at me, and that's all right.
People are very emotional with words too. I think you say you don't get affected if somebody says, go fuck you, whatever, and that wouldn't bother me either unless it was like a calmer tone, but people are so attached to words, and I mean I don't know, it's just hard because words they're just words,
just noises our mouth are making.
Yeah, exactly. Just stuff coming out of our voice box. People are just so attached to just words and labels, and this is a weird thing that I've kind of known this for a while, but growing up where I did, it was not a very diverse place, and I'm not racist or anything at all.
That's what a racist would say.
Yeah, right. I'm not at all, but I've just never really been around different people, so I'm always very cautious about what I say because I'm always afraid I'm going to offend somebody.
Oh, okay.
If I'm yeah.
And today that's harder because you can't just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a stupid country kid. People be like, you should know this, the internet exists.
Yeah.
So that can be a little harder where you can't because I definitely, if I've ever done something like that, I'm like, oh shit, sorry, I didn't even really think about it, whatever. And sometimes people handle it, but today everyone's so on edge that you might end up in a fist fight for saying something.
Right, and
so
I'm always afraid
of
that. Yeah, saying the wrong thing, or my one coworker from working at the drug place. His name is Pedro, and he's black, but he's very light skinned. And I said something to him the other day, I used some kind of term, and he always laughs at me because I try to be hip hop gangster around, because he looks like LL Cool J, he looks exactly like LL Cool J, and so I try to be hip hop. I'm just so not that it's hilarious when I try to do that. And I forgot what I said to him, but he laughed at me, and I was like, is that something that's acceptable to say? I don't know. Am I gonna offend people? And I called him black or something. He's like, did you really just call me black? I'm like, dude, you're black. What do you want me to say? Is that offensive? I don't know. That's just what you are. I'm not judging you. I'm just
just saying it.
Some people it's offensive if some people no, call me African American, or or just call me black, or whatever. I don't. People use different terminology, and I just get uncomfortable because I don't know. Some people it's fine to say you're black. Some people are like, don't fucking say I'm black. But you're black.
Right.
And
there's
I
some
get
slang
confused.
terms that is I don't even know. When I was at that school with the bouncer, there were things the kids were saying. I'm like, I've never heard half of these words.
Oh my god!
I don't know if I can repeat any of them. I don't know what they mean. And this is a rough environment. They could be saying horrible things. Yeah. Because the teachers are saying, "Go fuck yourself" to the kids. If that's the environment that it was in.
God.
So who the fuck knows what they're saying to each other? Wow. I don't know.
Wow.
So it got kind of. I was like, they just kept saying terms I've never heard. I can't remember them because I was like, I'm not gonna commit any of this to memory.
Right.
I don't know what you were saying.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I get uncomfortable sometimes, and I'm just I shouldn't be afraid of offending people. That's their own problem if they're offended by something that obviously if I was being rude, be offended, but I'm never coming from that place.
You're not trying to be rude. So
right. So that's why I'm don't worry about it, but then I just get uncomfortable sometimes.
It's weird. I get it. Yeah. So, I don't. Yeah, but I understand that. But yeah, I think you got a good voice. Yeah. You should sit your family down. Make them sit down. Pull me.
Yeah. That's what needs to happen, I think.
I don't know. Maybe you do need a mediator, but we didn't. Went on for 4 hours, but
I would be the mediator. That would be me. I would start the conversation, and then
I gotta be the emotional one. That's kind of unhinged. That's my play.
Yeah.
You're the one who's starting it, and you're gonna put everything out on the table, and then you're gonna let anyone take care of what they want to take care of.
And, it's so hard though, because my mom, she'll be the one that will like say stuff. My dad will be the one like sitting there like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like he won't say anything, and my brother will just be like, ugh.
That's what I thought too. I mean, granted, my mom and I are both very, well, I guess I'm more hot-headed than she is, but she can talk. And I didn't think my dad was going to say anything, but eventually he just started saying some like pretty powerful stuff about the situation, and I was like, oh shit, all right. So eventually it gets there. But I mean, there was just so much emotion in the room. Yeah. 90% me, but like there's a lot going on that like it kind of allowed other people, because our youngest brother Ben, the one's here, he's very similar. Just like, yeah, whatever, fucking no, stop. Like I don't want to have this. Like I don't care. This is whatever. He was like pushing away from it, and then Mike was more just like he was like watching it as like an observer. He was like, I don't fucking care about any of this stuff. Like when everything went down with our family, he like wrote off our family like almost completely. He was like, my parents. He was like, I don't fucking care about our breeders. Like fucking who cares? Breeders, yeah. That's what he called them. He's like he doesn't even like refer to them as parents anymore. Like he wrote that off completely, and was like almost watching as like an outsider of just being like, fucking, this is ridiculous. He actually wants to. He was like, oh man, I wish you like recorded the whole thing, because I'd like to make it like a 1-act play. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wow. Why are you turning our suffering into fucking someone else's entertainment? Right. But like, yeah, so it kind of, but.
Is he still that way?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. He's pretty much, yeah. Apparently something else came up, and now he's mad at my mom for more things. I can't give up. Yeah. I gave up on all that stuff. It's just like,
yeah, I can't worry about the other shit.
Because like I had a lot of problems with a lot of stuff, and I can't fix it, and they're here forever. So fucking whatever. Let's just move on. Yeah. Just one day at a time with that. Don't
forgive others for your sake of peace. Yeah. That's what I've come to learn. Don't forgive them. I mean, forgive them for whatever, because life's too short to hold on to shit, but like, don't even forgive them. If you can't forgive them for what they did to you, then just forgive them for yourself, like for your peace of mind. Just let it go. Yeah, because holding on to shit isn't going to do anything. It doesn't fix anything.
No, it really doesn't. It's kind of I don't know why I do it. I don't even it's not even easier. That's like, I can't, like, it seems easier.
Yeah, it's really
but it's not. No. I'm just as upset for longer. I don't know why I do it. It's like, but I think for some reason I think it's the solution. You just push that shit down, get rid of it. It's gone.
It's gonna come out of your hip one day. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Dude, you gotta teach me yoga like immediately. Yeah, because I am just a mess physically. Yeah.
No, we definitely will. I've learned more. I have more of a knowledge now.
Good. Because boy, do I need something. Yeah. I was going to text you today to go running, but then I woke up and it was snowing.
It was snowing, like, yeah. I was actually going to go for a run today, and I was like, oh, there's snow. I'll do another day. Yeah.
I was like, we should go running, but yeah, it was snowing. I was like, well, I've run in the snow before, but I don't feel like doing it today.
No, not today. It was too
This is
cold.
not my 3-year comeback. Is in the snow. I don't
Running
think so.
Running through a blizzard.
Yeah, it's not how we do this comeback.
Oh, shit.
But
that's funny.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Life's weird.
Yeah, it sure is. It's one crazy ride, that's for sure.
I think you're on the right path.
Yeah, I am on it. I just need to stay in the right direction and not let other people or situations take me off that center, because that's what I've been doing. I've been giving my power over to other people and just letting them control my actions.
Oh, okay.
So
it's good you've realized that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is.
That's good. Because, yeah, it's, I don't know, from an outsider's perspective. Like, I wasn't kidding when I said, like, I look up to you. Like, yeah, I feel like you're really, getting it together, and you're going in a good spot, and you're
I appreciate
that.
You're
a good kid.
You're a good kid. Thanks, man.
So, like, from an outsider's perspective, it definitely looks like you've, even if it might not be the most immediate gratification, you're picking a thing that you're passionate about and you care about and want to move forward with it, and regardless what that is to make that happen, right, you're going to do that. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely proud of myself, and I need to give myself more credit for everything that I do. But
and that's hard.
It is. And because I want that instant gratification and I want everything today, like that can't happen. But as long as you're working towards it, that's all you can do. So, yeah.
Do you want to wrap up?
If you want to.
It's up to you. You seem like you run out of thing. You don't have a thing to say, and you just
Oh good to go. No, I was just thinking like about life.
Yeah, it's like a period point in the whole thing. That's up to you.
How long have we been talking for?
2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're welcome to
Doesn't feel
still
like
hang
2
out here
hours.
after this. I
Oh,
just-
yeah, absolutely.
Just figured.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, well, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
You can
thanks
come
for
back
having
anytime
me.
you want.
Absolutely.
If you want to know how to do any of this, I can also help you with that. If you want to do it for yourself,
Yes, I would like to
So
because
you
I
just-
think that would be fun.
you just let me know. And
Okay.
it's not that difficult.
We need to collab. We need to
Yeah.
like.
We really
we're
should
both
do
like
something.
This. We
Yeah,
need
we need to do something. Yeah.
together.
I don't know what that would look like, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Because that's a thing.
I feel like if we did something that was like incorporating, like, there's a lot of really beautiful videos on YouTube of like anime scenes with just like really beautiful music.
Oh yeah,
And I feel like creating something like that
that'd be fun.
would be really cool.
Because I really do want to learn how to make music. That's really what I'm. And the one track you made was pretty good.
Yeah, and I want to make like slower stuff. I'll have to find some of the anime stuff and show it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I
I'll
think it'd
have
be
to do
fun. I
something
think it'd be,
like
yeah. I really gotta get a piano first because I think I need to teach myself a bass line.
Right.
Just like this is how the basics work. Like it's really hard just like staring at a blank canvas like I have, and I don't know what half the paints do. You know, like it's
Yeah. Right.
so it can be kind of hard. So I want to just get like a ground level understanding. Because every time I look up anyone that makes music now, regardless of what genre, then they have this massive like background that they've been doing for years. So that seems important.
Yeah, it definitely is important to have that background. I would also like to have that background.
Yeah, no one pushed it for me as a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, no, me either. And I wish they did. My brother had the sax. That's my favorite instrument.
That's cool.
And he just didn't stick
Oh,
with it.
I should show you a song if you like the saxophone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Anything. I
All right, we'll do all that right now. So thanks for coming.
yes, thank you.
All right, and love and kisses.
Okay.